If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button and let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as I go throughout the live. Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jake, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be discussing. Well, at first I was going to discuss all those things I put in my title, but by the time I got to this live, we got some breaking news allegedly. And since I'm doing a 2 cents after dark, we can discuss the breaking news right now. We don't even have to wait till Friday. But it is tank week, tank fight week. Shakur hands, is he hurt or is he injured? And I want to know how you guys feel about uh Baturbiev Bivol trilogy. Now, I was out of town during the Riyadh season, aka replacement season card. But I did see the Adames Sherez fight and the Shakur Padley fight. I mean, I was up in the mountains, so my signal was in and out, so I missed a lot of it, and I definitely haven't had time since I got back to watch it. But I'm pretty sure y'all gonna come up and let me know what y'all thought about the fights this weekend. Um, Man, big deal with Turkey and the judges controversy fiasco thing going on. Been hearing a lot of people talking about that all day. Um, Allegedly, Shakur Stevenson has now signed a multi 3 fight deal with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. Listen, I don't know how true that is. Just the word on the YouTube streets. He got a picture with the thumbs up with Eddie Hearn, and he's sitting in the seat at the table. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just heard it. So we just gonna chit chat about it, give our 2 cents. Y'all give me 1 second. All right, what up, y'all? Experiencing some technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on with my computer. But anyway, so put a one in the chat if you heard the news about Shakur signing with Matchroom, and let me know what y'all thought about the card this weekend, the Riyadh season card. Let me know and drop it below your 2 cents. I gotta try to figure out what's going on with this computer. It's crazy. But got all things in the building. What's going on? All things. Mr. Greg in the building. What's going on? Windy City Assassin in the building. What's up? Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. So this is my interpretation, or this is what happened with the Turkey card, right? With the Sherez Adamas fight. So apparently, Turkey went over to the judges' table, said something to the judges, and then went and talked to the fighter in the corner. And the fight ended up being a draw when a lot of people said Adamas clearly won the fight. And so a lot of people felt a type of way about that. And I think I mean, you can have whatever opinion you want of it, but I think the perception of it and the optics of it look really bad. And a lot of people were like, well, they want to compare it to, well, what about when Floyd Mayweather went and told Gervonta Tank Davis that he was down on the cards and he had to get the knockout? And I'm like, that's not the same thing, right? That's not the same thing. Floyd Mayweather did not finance the event. Floyd Mayweather did not pick and pay for the judges. You get what I'm saying? Like Floyd Mayweather is Tank's promoter. That's like if Eddie Hearn would have got up and been like, "Hey, you got to get the knockout you down on the unofficial scorecards," because everybody can see the unofficial scorecards. So even imagine if everybody's like, "Okay, well, Turkey didn't cheat." Okay, nobody. I'm not saying he did, and I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying people's perspective and the optics of it. My 2 cents. So imagine you're the guy in charge, right? You running everything. People know who you are. You have whatever reverence you have over people. You go to the scorecards. You go to your fighter and say, "Oh, you down." That signals something to the judges. Possibly, it could have influenced them to make changes or make the fight closer somehow because of the power that you have. Now, nobody is not saying that that doesn't happen or it never happens or people in America don't fix fights. Nobody's saying that that doesn't happen. But you literally watch that happen in front of your eyes in real time. Like that is the shock of it all, right? You get what I'm saying? Of course, we know corruption happens in boxing in America. But you flying all the way overseas, staying somewhere for 2 weeks so you can get acclimated, probably getting sick just to get in a fight, and then you feel what I'm saying? Just to get it snatched away from you on some bullshit in real time. Yeah, we seen fighters get robbed before, but not literally you losing and then up draw. We've never seen it like that. And I don't think people want to say all the time, "Oh, it's corruption in boxing. There's so much corruption in boxing." But then when you talk about the corruption in boxing, they try to act like it don't exist. I've studied a lot of corruption in boxing. That's why the main reason why the Turkey thing is so interesting to me, because
Nobody wants to say it, but it leaves room for even more corruption. It leaves room for even more corruption. And so you can't just keep trying to explain everything away and be like, oh, well, these people do it too. Okay, well, at least it's happening to you in America. You're going all the way overseas to get played, to get cheated. And it was a championship fight. On top of people already having their reservations and you already under a microscope and people already feel however they feel about Turkey. But the issue I'm really having is that people want to somehow tie this to Tank because last week Tank was like, or a week and a half ago, whenever he said it, hey, Turkey said that's his guy. You're going to have to do woo, woo, woo if you want me to come over there. And then this happens. And people kind of feel like, damn, this what Tank was talking about. But we're not going to sit here and act like that's just Tank fans that feel that way. Because that's absolutely not true. It was a whole lot of people talking about that, what was going on with Turkey and him doing that and how it wasn't cool. It's just not no Tank fans. Like, are we serious? Plenty of people had an issue with that. And so then they say, oh, well, Turkey, he's new. He made a mistake. He got to learn. So you telling me the man that's saving boxing and putting on the biggest fights don't know you ain't supposed to go talk to the judges and then go talk to your fighter in the corner? I'm just asking questions. This is the person y'all saying gonna put on the biggest fights in boxing, and he don't know you're not supposed to go talk to the judges and then go talk to your fighter in the corner. See, this is what I'm talking about right here with the reaching. Floyd must didn't know. Please tell me, why are you comparing Floyd to Turkey? Please tell me why you comparing Floyd to Turkey. I'm curious to know. Because it's completely different. It's not the same. Tank fans always find excuses to avoid the fights they claim to want. Instead of pushing for these fights, they discredit the other fighter and basically act like they don't even want to see the fight. All right, Rich, thank you for your 2 cents. Floyd was a promoter in the fight. Too Rich, did Floyd go walk over to the judge's table and look at the official scorecards? Like, it's not the same. It's really not. No, he may have not, because you cannot do that. You cannot do that. They're not going to even allow you to walk over there and look at the official scorecards. Shout out to Big Bob Gunn with the $1.99 in the super chat. Says absolutely nothing. Shout out to Big Bob Gunn for the super chat. So all I'm saying is, let's separate things, guys. Like, let's not, oh, you a Tank fan, that's why you got, like, no, like, I'm not finna let nobody do me like that. I'm not finna let, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna try to act like I can't have an opinion and I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm a Tank fan. I just listen to whatever Tank say. Like, no, we're not doing that. I got my own mind, my own thoughts, and my own opinions. And been talking about Turkey before we was even talking about Tank and Turkey. Been having my opinions and my thoughts about Turkey. Been having them from the jump. All the way from MTK Global. So we keep wanting to do these comparisons like it's the same thing, and it's not the same thing. Y'all trying to compare Floyd and Turkey. No. Just because Floyd told Tank he was down on the scorecard, on the unofficial scorecard, which anybody can tell you down from the crowd on the unofficial scorecard. But it did not change the outcome of the fight. It didn't go from clearly this looked like who won to a draw. Some people say they had to fight 9-3. And then all of a sudden it's a draw. Turkey appeared to just change the scores. Just knockout boxing changed your scores. I still feel a way about that. What you mean, Mr. Greg? Hold on, we got Tim Carey with the $5 in the super chat. Can y'all hear me clearly? Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Press 1. Got a new headset. I want to make sure I'm not too loud or too low. All right. Shout out Tim Carey with the $5 in the super chat. Appreciate it. So anyway, and so now you got these fighters, right? They're going over to Saudi Arabia, and I don't know if this is the first time fighters have got sick over there, or we didn't hear about it, or I don't know what's going on, but it seems like a lot, like for them to be going over there to fight. I'm just saying, it seems like a big risk. It seems like a lot of things can go wrong. It seems like they have rules over there that aren't over here, like weighing in the Wednesday before the fight. I guess some people wasn't aware of that. I don't know, just a lot of things that I felt like was exposed this Turkey card. And a lot of I haven't heard people talking about them. Like they had to downsize where they were fighting at. They had to replace 2 fighters last minute. And how do y'all feel about the last minute replacement? I think I don't like it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't like it. I know a lot of people like, oh well, credit to such and such for stepping in and this and that. And I'm like, I mean, that's cool, but like boxing is not a sport you can just step into the last minute. Hold on, y'all.
All right, I'm back, y'all. Can y'all hear me? I think my computer working now. Now, this is just my 2 cents. I mean, y'all could feel however y'all want to feel about it. If y'all like the coming in at the last minute, jumping in the fight type of thing, then that's cool. But me personally, I don't like it because my 2 cents, boxing is not a sport that you can just hop into at the last minute and plan on being successful. Can you? I mean, anything's possible. It can happen in boxing, but it's kind of like track to me. Like, I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and just go hop on the track and start beating people. Can I? Absolutely. Are there people that could just walk off the street and beat you in a race? Absolutely. But once you're at an elite level, the chances of that happening are very slim. So a lot of people was like, oh, the Padley fight, he coming in, he an electrician. He got a full-time job. And I'm like, I didn't understand the whole big deal about he got a job. A lot of boxers have a job, right? And I don't have an issue with that. But it was like he coming in on a 3 days notice, and he coming in on weight. He made weight. He didn't look drained. He looked fine. I'm like, this guy not coming in on no short notice. Fast forward, you find out, oh, he was, he knew he was gonna be the backup because they knew that Schofield was gonna pull out of the fight. And so I don't know if y'all seen this video I put up, which leads me to my next topic about the Floyd Schofield fight not happening. And that ain't the one I want to put up. Here we go. And a lot of people say that this is hating, right? When I bring this up and talk about this topic. And I'm not hating. I'm just giving my 2 cents, right? This is my thoughts, my opinions. It's a lot of people on this internet, they get upset with people about their boxing opinion. And I don't understand it. So let me tell y'all what I mean when I say cherry pick gone wrong, right? If you watch this video that I put up, this is the thumbnail, so y'all could go check it out. If you watch this video that I put up and I talk about, I watched the interview with Shakur Stevenson after Schofield dropped out the fight, and he's like, oh, I knew he wasn't going to make the fight. I knew he was going to drop out. I told, Eddie that he was going to drop out the fight, and we doing all this for no reason, and he's a little kid to me, and I watched his last fight, and he had gas tank issues. He not sharp. He ain't got no skills. He ain't this and that, and he a little kid, would have been built to ass, and all this stuff in the interview, right? And so I hear him saying all this, and I'm thinking in my head, well, why'd you pick him then, Shakur? Like, if you felt like the nigga wasn't even, if you felt like the dude wasn't even gonna show up to the fight, why would you even pick him to fight? Am I tripping? Because now you pick somebody to fight that you knew didn't have the skill, you knew you was gonna beat him, you knew all this stuff, you even knew he wasn't even gonna make the fight. You knew he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So this is who you pick to fight. And now he don't even show up to the fight. He drops out the fight 3 days before, according to some people who believe that Schofield was just so scared that he didn't want to make the fight. That's another video. And like I said, I want to know more information about that, because that whole situation right there is just weird, right? Like, why would you sign up for the fight, do all this promoting? I know you was doing a lot of capping and BS and whatever you was doing. Fly over there, be over there, and then just fake sick and get out the fight. I don't understand that. Like, to me, that doesn't make sense. But that's another lie. We're going to talk about that later. So I'm like, okay, cool. And my only issue is, and I had no problem with Shakur Stevenson fighting Schofield, right? Before I seen Shakur fight Padley, I thought Shakur gonna beat Schofield, probably by stoppage, right? So I had no issue with the fight. My only issue is not with Shakur or the fight. I'm not saying it's Shakur's fault that the fight didn't happen. I'm saying, why can't we just be honest about what's going on with Shakur? And I think if we could be more honest about what's going on with Shakur, then we could just move forward and let me tell you what I mean, right? Shakur Stevenson is coming off a hand injury and a surgery. Me personally, Tank off or whatever the case may be, I don't feel like Shakur Stevenson ducked Tank. Because why would he fight Tank Davis? First of all, on short notice, because Loma ducked the fight, dropped out the fight. And obviously he was injured. His hands was injured. And then he had to get the surgery. So why would he accept the fight and fight Tank between any of that time? Tank got a 6-7 fight deal, whatever it is. Why would Tank fight Shakur at the beginning of the deal, right? So I didn't think that they were going to fight right now anyway. Cool. So then he fights Schofield. Cool. He fighting Schofield. Everybody, oh, it's better than the Lamont Tank. The Roach Tank fight is better than the Roach Tank fight. Is this and this and that. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But how was it ever better than the Roach Tank fight when Schofield didn't even show up to the fight? According to y'all, he ducked out of the fight because he was so scared of Shakur. So how was that ever a better fight? But if we was just honest about what it was, which Shakur Stevenson needs to tune up. He needs to get in there and test those hands out and see what's going on with them. And we could have just moved on. But we had to come with the narratives and say it's better than this fight, and it's a young, hungry prospect, and the young, hungry lion, and all of this stuff, when the dude didn't even show up for the fight. So at what point was it ever better? Do y'all get what I'm saying? At what point was it ever better? The dude didn't even show up for the fight. So then you get Padley in the ring, and everybody want to give Shakur a hard time about the Padley fight because, oh, he should have got him out of there earlier and all this other stuff, which I said in the video I made, does Shakur need to get the stoppage? I said, no, Shakur Stevenson does not need to get the stoppage, but he does need to look dominant in the fight. He does need to dominate in this fight. He's not a knockout artist. He don't knock everybody out, but he should get the stoppage and he should look very dominant in the fight. He got the stoppage and he looked dominant in the fight. So, objectively, boxes are checked. But to me, my 2 cents, what I think in my mind and in my head is Shakur Stevenson has to get whatever's going on with his hands, he has to get it together. Because there will be it's gonna be a certain fighter and a certain style of fight he's gonna have to always fight, because if I think, like, if he's not able to punch and keep people off of him, I don't know how he's going to ever face stiffer, better competition. And so people are in an uproar that he signed a deal with Eddie Hearn today before the Tank fight on Saturday, because now people are feeling like he's put a block in the way for the Tank fight, when all along he had us believing it was just a 2-fight deal and he gonna do that with Eddie Hearn, and then boom, we'll get the Tank fight. But now he originally had a 1-fight deal apparently, and now he's signing another 3-fight deal allegedly. So people feel like that's going to maneuver or push the Tank fight back. And my 2 cents, Do y'all really? And this is what I want to ask. Do y'all really want to see Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis fight right now? And when I say, "Oh, he needs to get his hands together," people say, well, "Why don't Tank just fight him with his hurt hands if he could just beat him?" Like what? How are y'all Shakur fans or not? Are y'all Shakur fans or not? Why do y'all want to see this man get in the ring in his biggest fight with his hands messed up? I don't understand it. And I'm not hating on Shakur. Y'all see the man punching, he wincing and punching in the ring and shaking his hand. I'm like, damn, like he got to get that together. And my question is Shakur hurt or is Shakur injured? Because there is a difference. Especially when you're an athlete, there's a difference between being hurt and injured. Like you hurt, you an athlete, you gonna be hurt. You gonna perform hurt. You gonna play hurt. You gonna run hurt. It's just you're pushing your body to the limit every day. You're gonna be injured. You're gonna have to work through injuries. You're gonna have to do shit through injury. Through being hurt. But are his hands injured? Because when you have an injury and you keep competing with that injury, you only make it worse and worse and worse until you can no longer compete and you absolutely have to sit out. So my question is Shakur hurt or is Shakur injured? Because I want to see Tank and Shakur fight, but I don't want to see Tank and Shakur fight if he's injured. See, because then what? Like, then what? He say, "Oh, I'm about to go take care of my hands after this fight," and it's like his hands been hurt like the last 7 fights. Like, why haven't you been taking care of your hands? Like, I don't understand why these boxers do this. Maybe I don't know. I'm not a boxer. Maybe they don't want to sit out. Maybe they don't. But I don't know why they don't hurt. Like, as an elite athlete, you have to hurry up and take care of injuries. If you're hurt, it's different. But if you're injured, you got to hurry up and take care of injuries, because if you keep performing on injuries, eventually you're not going to be able to perform anymore. Floyd had hurt hands, didn't stop him. Shakur Stevenson is not Floyd Mayweather. He's not Floyd Mayweather. I'm going to sit back and I want to see the level of competition and the type of fighters that Shakur Stevenson fights over his next couple of fights. And I don't have a problem with him re-signing to Matchroom to get whatever fights he gonna get and get whatever money he get while he gets his hands together. I'm all for fighters doing good business. So if that's good business for you, then that's good business for you. But what we not gonna do though, what we not going to do is tank all the way through your deal as if you really wanted that fight right now or you can make that fight right now. That's what I don't want to happen. That's all I'm saying. And I'm about to drop the link because I didn't realize I was talking so long. But I don't have a problem. Get your hands together, Shakur. But this right here, this had a lot of people upset. And to really try to say the only people that was upset about this was Tank fans is very, very disingenuous. We got Mr. Greg on the panel. What's going on, Mr. Greg? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Hey, I was when I'm the little comment when you asked what did I meant, I was saying that just like Turkey looked like he changed the scores of the fight, I was comparing it to what they did to you in the debate.
Oh yeah, overturned.
Yeah, I was like, I felt kind of, I still feel a little way about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Hold
I
on, we
like to.
got we got Rich on the panel. What's going on,
Hey,
Rich?
Rich,
All right, Rich, I'm gonna mute you real quick. You got some sound. Go ahead, Mr. Greg.
I was gonna say, I heard that Shakur, I think it was his grandfather, said his hands have been an issue for a while. So it leads me to ask, what actually are his? Is it that he has brittle hands? Um, are they wrapping his hands correctly, or for him? It's got to be some reasons. If his hands have been been problematic for some time, you got to ask yourself, why is that? Um,
Well, and hold on, let me read this right quick because it's Brian C says Shakur's grandfather did an interview a while back saying his hand problems are a result of how he punches. Greg Hackett said the same thing, and I'm like, well, they say he's not punching hard. Like, how is he punching? I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, and so if the way he's punching is the way he's twisting or turning when he at the snap of doing the snap jab, or something is he's doing that they haven't corrected it, if he keeps having hand problems. That's why I said it has to be how, as you just said, how he throws his punches. But it also goes into, have they tried to correct that, and are they wrapping his hands in a way which is still legal but still can help protect how he punches. So that is an issue that falls in the way he's preparing, in my opinion. Um, the thing that you were speaking of that we've been hearing that he's been saying about, I want Tank, but he knows he can't get into ring with Tank if his hands aren't 100%. And I kind of question whether they ever will be if it's been an ongoing problem. It's not like he's fighting uh 3 or 4 times a year. None of the fighters are, really, for that matter. So what's going on when he's not fighting? What kind of therapy is he doing to his hands? And those are things that leads to preparation and how well it's done, because you can't keep using that excuse. My hands are hurt. My hands are hurt. My hands are hurt, and then don't have the kind of fights that your fan base want to see. But yet you're calling out a guy, you need to have your hands 100% in order to fight. So, you're playing the 50 in my opinion.
Hey,
So
hey, hold on, man. Can I say something?
Hold on, you're gonna get your turn. It's his turn. You're gonna get your 2 cents. Let him finish up. Go ahead,
yeah,
Mr. Greg.
so I just said it falls to what's going on in this preparation and what they have been doing over the long period of time, since this has been an ongoing problem. So, and one other thing, he signed again. I'm seeing that he signed again. I don't know whether how much truth that is, but he signed again with Eddie Hearn for a 3-fight deal. What fights are gonna is Eddie gonna be able to get him that he couldn't have gotten in another way, and maybe even sooner? So he keeps having situations where you have more questions as opposed to getting more answers. And that's my 2 cents about Secure, as far as I'm concerned.
All right, Rich, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up what he said first. When he came into the fight, he said his hands was good. His cousin said his hands were. All of them said his hands was good. He must have heard it in the fight, and that's when he realized, damn, this shit really ain't good. So you can't. That's him talking after the fight. You know what I'm saying?
No, I actually think he hurt his other hand. Actually,
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. His hands was good. He said his hands was 100%. He said there should be no excuses. He said that, but he heard it in the fight. So he like now I think that he realized that, damn, it gotta be 100% now. That's why he said, when I get back to the States, I'm gonna holler at Floyd. He didn't say that his last fight. He didn't say that 2 fights ago. He didn't say that 3 fights ago. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm.
now you
right.
realize that this shit is serious. You get what I'm saying?
Well, that's did you
So
hear what? How long? I don't know how long you've been on here, but that's what I was saying earlier because his grandfather was saying his hands been hurt. I think like the last 7 fights.
yeah,
Mhm.
And so that's
but
why I
he
was saying is was his hands hurt or were they injured? Because it seems like they've been injured and he continuously to fight up until the point where he needed surgery.
yeah, I think it been injured, but I think he's starting to realize that damn, this shit is really, really something. I think he's starting to
You
realize
don't
that.
think he realized that during the De Los Santos fight though?
Nah, because I mean, you could easily be hurt with a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And to the last minute, till you be like, damn, I gotta get this shit really checked out. 'Cause that was his other hand that got hurt. That was his left hand, right?
Right. So
That
so
really got hurt.
okay.
So
I ain't trying to
nah,
cut you off. I hear what you're saying, right? So you know, I know, Mr. Greg know, I'm sure Eddie Hearn know, I'm sure Shakur Stevenson know, I'm sure Jay Prince know. He not clearly not about to fight Tank right now. But yet,
nah. I
all
think
last week you doing interviews. Oh, they better come correct with the blah blah blah. Eddie Hearn. We don't need these other fights. We just need to fight Tank and this and this and that. Like
I think
y'all don't have any intentions on
I,
doing that.
I think I think I think I think I think both of them really ain't got no intentions. And I think Shakur will fight him. I think Tank will fight him. That's why I never got into the role of saying that Tank really dug him. I just be counting off what y'all be saying. I don't think none of them scared to fight each other.
No, I
I
never
think
said
I think
Shakur was
I
ducking.
think I think that when he did get a call, I don't think it was no contract. Look, you got this one fight deal. We gonna fight in this date. I don't believe all that stuff, man. I believe that they probably talked to say, look, we gonna get this fight done sometime next year or whatever. I don't think it was nothing about this year, cause ain't nobody gonna go that hard and keep saying they lying, and there's no evidence to show that they telling the truth or they lying. There's no evidence to say nothing. All we got is a person saying this and a person saying that. We was in court or something like
Of
that.
course,
He'll beat the
that's what boxing
charges.
talk is.
He'll
That's
beat
all
the
boxing talk
charges.
is,
It's
though.
not. It's not no real proof. It's
No,
not.
that's it's not. It's all
It's
boxing
not.
talk opinions.
Yeah, it's not no real proof. So I just think that I really think they gonna fight soon. They
I
gonna fight.
just don't, I'm sorry. I just don't think they fully took what was going on with his hands as serious as they should have.
I
If
think they did. That's why he over there with Matchroom.
no, that I think that's one thing, but you can't keep, as you just said, as an athlete, keep fighting, be it a hurt or an injured hand, and continually have this problem. Something should have told them that no, we're not looking at this properly. And now he's finally said, I need to, holler at Floyd and see what Floyd was doing. Well, Floyd was getting the
Yeah,
cortisone shots in his hand.
yeah. You seen how he said that? If you looked at the interview, you see how he said, I'm definitely gonna holler at him. Like it's because he probably realized like, damn, like this shit is getting out of hand. Like
Right, right.
I
That's
broke
what I
my
said.
hand. But one thing I can say about him, if you look at all his fights, every time he hit someone in their stomach, they get hurt. It's not just that guy. He did like all his fights. When he go to the bodies, he good at going to the body. So I don't know if and I never seen nobody walk through his punches. So when you be saying pillow fist, this, that, and the third, I never seen no one walk through his punches. Never. If it was that easy, you would walk through his punches. Oscar Valdez is a straight up going forward person. He would have walked through his punches and kept going. He couldn't do it. So when you
Another,
say pillow fist is, I don't know.
another thing about guys who are very fast and have fast hands, they normally also find that they have, if you think about a lot of guys who had great speed, they have, even Roy had a lot of issues, small as they may be sometimes, but they was constant with their hands because of the speed. As they say, speed kills. Well, sometimes the impact of you
Right.
hitting, a lot of times you're hitting the guy's elbow when you're hitting, or at the top of the shoulder. So you also doing a little something to your hand because it's hitting so fast and the impact. So that could be another issue as well with Secure and how his hands are constantly at least hurt. So that, I mean, it's just a matter of
And
I
it's a
think
lot
you
of
got to learn how to
it,
place your punches better.
it's a lot of wear and tear too. I think he
Hmm.
one of them guys that he spar too much. Like he he spar too much. He do like it's a lot of wear and tear too on his hands. And he been doing that shit since he was a kid. Sparring, hitting the bag, all that stuff, man. That stuff play a big factor.
Hmm.
That stuff play a big factor.
So I guess they got to reevaluate all those things and get it done properly
He
so he
got
can
it.
stop having this issue. Because he's going, if he, let's say he was in the fight with Tank that last weekend and he hurt his hand. I mean, can you
I think
imagine
he would
what
I
happened to him?
think I think he would have improvised. I think he would have found a way to come out and win the fight. I think he would improvise. I don't take nothing. I like Tank, man. I think the only person that Tank can't beat is Shakur. I think Tank could beat all them other guys, T.O., Devin, all of them. I just don't think that he could beat Shakur.
Well, one thing is for sure, he would
I
have,
don't
if
think
that
so.
happened, we would, and that might not been bad, because then you would see what he was made of if he hurt his hand in a fight with a guy like Tank, and you say he would improvise. That's what you should do. We would see what he would have been able to do if that happened.
Shout out to Teach in the building.
Yeah.
Let me read this real quick. It says we have no idea if it was the legit scores yelling out down by 2 rounds. Could be his own scores. Somebody else is the unofficial. It's all up in the air without proof. This is false. He's literally on camera walking to the judge's table and then walking to the corner. So literally on camera. Go ahead, Teach. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
All right. Salute to you, 2 cents, Greg and Rich. Salute.
Yeah.
I mean, so I gotta say this, right? And I mean, 2 cents, 2 cents pretty much saw me, going on, Rebuttal's channel about this. So you know how I feel about the incident with Turkey, right? Like I feel like it's completely unacceptable for him to go to Hamza's corner and tell him he was down, right? Like I think no one who isn't a part of the corner should be there, right? No matter who they are. Like revealing any form of the score, whether it's unofficial or official, is unacceptable because for one, it's going to influence how the fighter approach the fight, right? After they hear this. Like if they know they're down, they're likely going to be aggressive, right? If they
Yeah.
know if they know they're up, they're most likely going to want to coast, right? So the real question like we should ask is if open scoring should be introduced moving forward.
I
And
think so, man. I
and
think
It
that'd
wasn't.
be
It wasn't about.
I
Hold on. This is
I,
the
I,
thing, though. Teach. Let
but
me
I,
say. Hold on. Let me
I
say this. It wasn't about you going to the corner and saying you're down. It was more so about you going to the judge's table
but
and looking at the official scorecards and saying stuff to the judges and then walking
yeah. I could agree
over.
with that.
That's the issue. It's
I could
not
agree
because
with that.
anybody can look up at the official scorecard and yell, "You down 2 rounds." Anybody can do that.
2 cents,
Yeah,
my issue with this is where's the evidence of that?
It's on video.
Did we see Turkey go
It's
to the
several
judge's table
people
and look?
talking about it, and they have it on video.
They're talking, but have they showed the evidence? The only evidence we saw was Turkey going to the corner and saying some form of the scorecard.
Because the
We
issue
don't
is
know what
not
it is.
him. Listen, this is what I'm saying to you, Teach. If he just went to the corner and said something, that would not be the issue. That's not the issue. The issue is not him going to the corner.
Hmm.
The issue is you talking to the judges, looking at official scorecards, and then going to the corner.
And if he really did that, that would be unacceptable, 2 cents. If he really did
Exactly.
that.
yeah.
Yeah, we didn't agree on that.
I think Turkey just green, man. But I don't think it was no like bad attempt, man, because he could easily like it's a couple fights he could have fucked on Bevo over the first fight. I mean, fuck on Better
We
Bevo
got
over the
hold
first
on. We
fight.
got Ray Davis in the building.
Yeah,
What up, Ray?
What's up, Ray?
I wanted to
What's
finish
up? What's up? So, y'all can hear me?
He could have fucked Usyk over with Tyson Fury. He could have messed up. He could have fucked a lot of people
so
over
I
that he
wanted to
really
finish.
wanted to win. Really
Oh,
wanted
go
to
ahead,
win
Teach.
fight.
Finish up. Go ahead, Teach.
Now as for Shakur, right? Like I followed Shakur like a very long time now. Like Like I know Shakur had like a hand injury since his 126 days, right? And so an injury like that is never going to be like healed 100%, right? The only thing he has to do is pretty much manage his hands, like how he treats his hand, and what he has to do to minimize any further damage. Like his hands are always going to be like that, no matter what he does, right? And I mean, at the end of the day, the dude said that he wants Tank, and he's going to work on his hand ASAP to make that happen. So he said himself he's going to work on his hand. So let's see what he does.
I don't have no problem with that. I think he should. He absolutely should go work on his hands. That's cool. I don't have no problem with him working on his hands. I don't have no problem with him signing the deal with Metro. I don't have a problem with any of that. But just let's not have other plans and then sit here and be like, oh, I want to do this. I'm finna do this, and you ain't. I'm doing this because you ain't sending me this. When that's not really what it is. It just ain't time to make the fight right now.
All right.
That's it.
Well,
That's all I'm
but
saying. What's up, Ray? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
yeah, and I just wanted to say, thank you for earlier. Your insight was needed. You know what I mean? No disrespect to you. I appreciate you coming up, and I'm humbly apologizing for any confusion. You know what I mean? I can't take back what was said because I don't have the control of that. I don't know what happened. Really, I don't even know what I heard it happen in the chat. Let me be honest with you. But let's move forward. I heard Teach say something very important about the scoring, right? So
Mhm.
let me ask you a question. You said you have evidence of people seeing Turkey run around the cards, but we also know that Turkey has the AI, right? Which is
Well, it's
similar.
not just. Oh,
Hold
hold on.
on,
Let me
hold
say
on.
this
Let
real
me,
quick.
no, no, no. Let me finish. Let me finish building. Now, I promise I'll
Go
listen
ahead. Go
very
ahead. Go ahead.
clearly. The AI is also a judge. He uses that to implement to see how close it is in real compared to real life. He's been doing that. Also, we have CompuBox. CompuBox is something that they've been going through for a long time. There's no difference between that. I haven't seen any videos of him hovering around judges or anything like that. You said you've seen people that had it. I haven't. I also know that when he said the judge. He didn't say the judges. He said you're down 2 points on the judge. They haven't released the cards. Nowhere you can find the cards, right? But if you look at the cards and the breakdowns of the cards, I don't even think there's a round close by where there would have been a 2 round difference, except for the one that this guy won, clearly won. And that would have been more like a 3 or 4 round difference because he lost that by like six, like five rounds. So at that point, it would have been no point in even saying he was down 2 rounds because he would have been down three. So it was actually no card that there was even at that point. So the AI judge, if that is the case, had to close fight. Had to fight close, right? We had a draw and we had Shiraz win by 1 point in one of the cards. The other one that was widespread would have been the only one, but again, that would have been like a 3 round swing at that point. So I don't even see where that would even came close to being a reality. We have to really dig down. Like I said, we have to be honest with ourselves and understand that these things are not just far fetched. And don't get it wrong, Turkey should not be getting involved. I think also somebody said that. He said that, right? Turkey should not even be getting involved in any type of ring activity. No promoter, no person of interest of events or whatever the case may be should be getting involved with anything that the corner has to do with the fighter. The fighter should be focused on the fight and not distracted. So I agree with all that right there. But as far as like it lending or I mean making something different and pushing buttons, I think that's a far fetch in my opinion. It is my opinion. But you know what I mean, everybody's entitled to theirs. But go ahead, you were gonna
Listen,
rebuttal.
I didn't say he did or if he didn't. What I'm saying is the optics look terrible. And
Yes, I agree.
somebody was also writing about how it's not just Turkey around judges and talking to judges, it's other people too. So that may be something they need to fix. I don't know. But it just looks bad. The optics of it look bad, and people gonna form their opinion and think how they want to think. Now, that's another
Absolutely.
thing. Like, how is Turkey using the AI judges? Like, is that a factor? Is that like, and it's like if you gonna go over there, you need to know what all come with going over there. You don't need to go over there and realize, oh damn, they could use the AI judge because what is the AI judge criteria? What is they
Nothing.
looking for?
I was
Nothing. It's just a test. It's just to see how close it is to scoring the bouts. I mean, everyone was cool with the last bout they used AI judge, and was like, man, it was close. They had it dead on, and whatever the case may be, to their people scoring their own personal scorecards.
So the way,
Again, we're not the. Uh-huh.
yeah, so the way that I see it, right, the AI scoring works the same way as an unofficial scorecard, right? Like
Correct.
these can be used like sometimes to supplement whatever narrative the networks like want to push that fighter, right? So again, whatever narratives like these judges are pushing, it's always good to have an official. It's always maybe it's good to have an AI as well. So they are needed, in my opinion.
Yeah, it helps. I mean, that's the world we're in, right? It helps with all other sports with AI or judges or computers or things of that nature, and even having another official off-site that's totally neutral. Unfortunately, you know, I mean, this is a bad look for Turkey. It's a bad look for Riyadh. I don't blame anybody for being upset about it, because it's a bad look. But at the same time, I think we reach and we throw things out there, and I'm not saying you guys or anyone. I'm saying we, like even me, we throw things out there um, on the speculation scale, right? Because we don't know exactly what happened. We're only going by what, like you said, 2 cents. Our optics show us, right? We're also going by what was heard. We know there's a language barrier. We have to put all those things into play, and we kind of got to format something that's being honest and not look for the worst. It's like when your kid does something in school, you don't sit there and think he did the worst thing in school because somebody explained it to you that way. That's the way they want to see it, and maybe they're making it sound bigger than what it is. And I know damn well when my kid does something, I want to hear from him. I want to hear from the person that witnessed it, and I want to hear from the other person. But to me, we don't have those situations, right? So in this case, we have to only go by, like you said, the optics and what the visual, the audio was. So
Right.
I agree to.
All right, we got Windy City Assassin on the panel. What up, Windy City? I'm gonna let you get your
Salute to you. Go ahead.
this, but let me respond to Ray about what you said, like about earlier. Listen, we cool. I ain't got no issues and nothing. My only problem that I was having is the whole like everything is connected to Tank. I don't like that. I don't do people like that, and I don't think people should do other people like that because it comes off as if they don't got a mind of their own and they can't think for themselves. And that's why I was like, hold on, like y'all really trying to play me. Like I can't think for myself. What I'm talking about ain't got nothing to do with Tank or the PBC, and I just can't understand why this conversation keep going back to the PBC. So that was
Right.
the only issue, and then your buddy came on there, and I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
these are my own thoughts and my own opinions. So I just had to let that be known.
No, that's respectable. Like I said, I think we respect that. You know what I mean? And you're always welcome to the platform. Just like I'm pretty sure you welcome us with open arms. And you know what I mean, that's what we do. We talk. We're entitled to our opinions. That's why I think I sent you an Instagram message to let you know. You know what I mean? I understand. I've been in those shoes 2 cents. You know what I mean? I didn't want to make it about me. You know what I mean? So the
I
whole
feel you.
point of me, the whole thing was not for me to do that, right? But let's take it for, and this is before you really got popping in the and the whole scene, like me just basically talking on Devin Haney or Javante Davis or any other fighter, if it didn't go the way of the crowd or it didn't sound good to the host, I was being battered. I ended up getting thrown into the yard of Devin Haney fans, and I was Hanos
Oh
playing,
yeah.
and
That's what
yeah, yeah,
happened. That's what
and
happened.
and it
I know.
purposely it happened to me. So you know what? Instead of fighting it, I got to the point where I got annoyed, and I just accepted it. I was like, okay, that's what you see me as. That's what I'll be. And you know what?
True.
To that point, I made it my point to represent that. I made it my point to also make sure it's about boxing first. And I'm like I said, I'm an Earl Spence fan. I'm a Shakur fan. I'm a Javante fan. I love the way Javante boxes. I love his footwork. I mean, I'm not. I don't care if he KOs or not KOs. I like his art. His art is good in the ring. A lot of people don't see the skill set that he has. I do.
Right,
Same thing
right.
with Shakur. The same thing with Devin. I think Devin has a ill defense. A lot of people say, "Well, he got hit with the left hook." Of course he did, because he was fighting a different fight. Let's be real.
Well,
But
let me get
I
let me
see
get
these.
Wendy.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. But I see these things, 2 cents, and I respect all the fighters, all of them.
Yeah, we all do. We talk our shit on here, but we all do. Windy City Assassin, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Salute to you, Susan. Salute to the panel. How y'all doing this evening? Well,
All
We
this
right.
good. We good.
tonight. Um, yeah, I agree with all that. Turkey shouldn't have been getting up and telling the fighter he was down by 2 scores. He's supposed to be. I don't know. I don't know how true it is, but he was supposed to be in the ambassador of Saudi or something. Or the fighter was, or I don't know if that's his nickname or whatnot. But I don't like that they try to compare it to what saying that that's what Floyd did. Floyd did nothing of the such. He told him it was an unofficial,
Yeah.
and that's not telling a fighter, oh, you're down 2 points. You're down 2 points, and then knowing that you was down 2 points, and then the fight ending in a draw, because Sherrod did nothing to come back from those to those some of those supposedly 2 points.
I think that's another issue too people have with it. Like, oh, you was down, then the end in a draw. It just looks bad, like period. Like no matter how you want to
I
slice it.
mean, I mean, at the
Because it
can I
would have
say
looked
something?
bad if Tank was losing that fight and then Floyd was like, "You down too," and then he win or it's a draw. It would have looked
Right,
bad.
but Tanks ended in a knockout, and if you looked at the official cards, the judges didn't even have Tank down.
Hey, this can I say something? This will
But
teach
let
and
me let me say that.
Go
teaching
ahead, Rich.
teaching the other guy that was talking before on Windy City. If you get up and say something, you go over there, then you say something to a fighter. I mean, it's speculations for anything, man. So like,
But
it's no,
that's his
it,
promoter.
wait,
This is not
wait,
the
hold on.
owner and operator of the event.
I'm just saying, if you go over there and see what's going on over there, it don't matter if you say something, if you said something to the people or did whatever, you should not be getting up, going over there and telling somebody what to do, man.
Let
Like
me
he lucky if the other guy ain't get out the ring and knock his head off. Like
Man,
what the fuck is you fuck is you doing, man?
from the seats right there. They
Like
scream for
like
the
like 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 he lucky
seats
a nigga
yelling
ain't do that because
instructions.
because other niggas do something like what the fuck is you doing? Lucky his trainers ain't go over there and smack his ass up.
let
But
me
So,
you're
let me
not supposed to be
so,
doing no shit like that. That's you in the wrong, man. It don't matter
all right.
if you was
I,
good at 10 or not. You was in the
ma-
wrong, man.
I would say
okay,
Right.
that
Well,
okay, maybe no one should have been doing it, but that's apples to oranges compared to who the individuals were.
so I would say this,
so
Wendy.
let me ask
What
you, when
happened?
he said he real, can I jump in? Because I'm about to get off. I'm at work. Um, so you said that Floyd was not, it wasn't a Floyd event. Because if I'm not mistaken, if you go back, that was a Mayweather event. And Floyd, again,
I'm,
is on record of saying he is the PBC. So if he's on record of
I
saying
knew
those
that
things,
I knew that I was gonna bring that up, but
okay, it's
when
not
you
a
look
matter of
at
me
it,
bringing it. It's not a matter of me
it said
bringing it up, right? Hold on. But
it
if
says go ahead.
it didn't say TGB on that fight. Please show me where it said Money Mayweather, GTD, and TBC on that event cards. It did not say it did not say Tony
I'll have
Brown.
to go back and look at that.
But
But
yeah,
usually,
no, no,
it says Tom Brown Promotions. It says PBC and GTD.
right. Usually, right.
That
But
that
this one
that's
did
you.
not.
That's per the regular.
Not back then. I think when Floyd was promoting, I think Floyd did a lot of the promotions himself. He was the reaper of the benefits. And Floyd, because I heard somebody else saying that Turkey bet on the fight when they don't even bet on I'm not saying they don't because I'm not sure. But as far as I know, as Muslims, they don't. Muslims don't bet. But if they do over there, they do. I don't care. Not my business. But Floyd betting on Tank that fight. So as
But
a
I still,
promoter,
but
see,
it's not the
but
same though.
I'm,
Still though, I get
That's
what
but
you're
still
why?
not.
saying.
That's crazy.
I
That's
get
I'm
what
still
you're
trying
it's
to say.
apples to
saying.
Listen, I'm
oranges.
not. I'm again. It's no. It's oranges and oranges. It's just a different orange. It's
It's
a
not.
tangerine to
It's
an
not.
orange. It is
It's not.
because you can't tell me it's different. How is it different? There's no way. A person of power did the same thing. It's just in a different way. It doesn't matter
One
how
is the
big the
owner and
scale is.
operator of the event, Rehad Season.
Okay.
And
So
the other
Riyadh
one
is
said, and then he gave him specific numbers that he was down. You're down 2 scorecards. Floyd
Hey, but
said you're down on the unofficial.
and this what he
And
don't
then
understand. Go
and
ahead.
then the fight ended in a knockout.
But this
The
what he don't
fight didn't
understand.
end on the scorecards.
This what he don't understand. Turkey already did his five fight who was gonna win his 5 fight shit anyway. Like before the fights, he always put up who's going to win, who he got winning. We don't know if he betting on that. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Right.
let me
He
say, let me
always
say,
No
I
one's
don't
doing
under,
out of
that.
his 5 fights, who gonna win? He always say these the guys that's gonna win the fight.
So
You don't know
we
what he
should,
I,
doing.
I
we
don't.
don't. And I
Who
agree
was
with
that
you
for?
there.
Was that for Ray? What that was for Ray?
Nah,
Because I
I
don't
agree with
understand.
that.
that was for the other guy. Basically, even though I don't think Turkey cheated, but I'm just saying you're not supposed to get up. Period.
No,
You're not.
absolutely not.
You're not supposed to get up. Period. You're not supposed to do none of that stuff, man. None of that shit that Turkey did. You ain't supposed to do it, man. He was in the wrong, man. It
Yes,
ain't
he
nothing you
was.
could.
And I think
It's
that's,
nothing you ain't supposed to defend about that. It's like it's plain and simple. It's in your face. You can't bring up no
right.
other nigga. Just talk about him. You
Hold
can't
on.
defend
That's,
that.
Shout
hold
out to
on,
Broke and
hold
Dangerous with the
It's like you can't defend no shit like that.
$1.99 in
Niggas
the
was in the
super chat.
wrong.
Hold
on,
on,
hold
let
on,
me get the super chat with the dollar
hold
ninety
on. Let
nine
her
in
get
the
the super
super
chat.
chat. He
Okay.
says Floyd has promoted his own fights against Tank's PBC. Shout out Broken Dangerous.
let me let me get this off, right? And this goes back to what Wendy said and the way that I started out my open statement. Even with him getting up and saying the unofficial or official, that still poses a problem. What did we see Tank do after he was told the unofficial scorecard? He got up, he was more aggressive, and he knocked the guy out. So pretty much this begs the question
But
again.
that's when he
Should
knocked him
we
No,
out. He
he
didn't
knocked him
go
out.
to a draw
That
on the
wasn't. He didn't
scorecard.
voluntarily lay down.
He didn't go from being
no,
down to
but
a draw.
yeah,
Even
but
if
I
what Ray
listen.
would no, you listen. Even if what Ray was saying was true, right? About the judge and it just looks bad, bro. That's all we saying. The optics look really bad, especially with people that are already skeptical. Like
You
And
aren't
it
Floyd
ain't
was
got
you
nothing.
aren't
wrong.
getting you aren't getting what I'm saying though, right?
I understand you teach, and I'm understanding to that. Like, and what I'm saying is Turkey was wrong. I think all of us are in the same boat, knowing that he was wrong for doing it. It wasn't a
Right.
good look. But what Teach is saying, it doesn't matter
It's
who
what
it is. All these instances of somebody coming to the ring and they have a seat on the side and they're not part of the fight. They're all wrong. It doesn't matter who they are. If they're
They are
promoters, if
wrong.
they're yeah, that's what Teach is saying. So I'm in
Okay,
agreement with that, and
I
that's what I'm
agree.
that is
saying.
I'm in
actually
agreement with
false.
that too. But
Okay, so we've established
what the
that they're all wrong. What is your point though?
but the
Like what is
comparison of them saying that that Floyd, like, what Turkey was doing was telling him he was down 2 scorecards, and then the fight ended in a draw. With
Like he
when
said, 2 rounds. He didn't say 2 scores. He said two rounds.
that's what I meant to say. 2 rounds, same thing. It's the same thing. 2 scores, two 2 points, same thing.
Okay,
Versus Floyd saying that you're down on the unofficial, and Floyd was wrong. The judges had Tank up.
Hey,
right.
so can I ask you this question? So if you were fighting, you in the corner, and you see the head of the whole thing, this Turkey guy, whatever, you see him go over there and talk to these people, or you as trainers or whatever, you see him go over there and talk to him, and then he go back over there and talk to him. What would you think? Like,
Yeah, I
like,
think
like
something
if
Who,
we
wrong.
see if we see Floyd do some shit like that, we already know he would tank. We already know he ain't going to the. You're not gonna really look at it like how you gonna look at it like Turkey. That could fuck up a whole fighter mental thought
yeah.
too. That could
Listen,
fuck a whole thing up. So you
We
gotta
don't
really
and
think
the
about stuff
and
like
the
that.
people
the
for
way that it is
the
now, we don't have open scoring in boxing. So nobody should be going at the corner and saying shit. That's it.
correct.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
that's
Open scoring was tried in boxing before, and it affected how those fights went as well. Because
Hmm.
let's say I can't think of the fighters right off the bat, but it was used before.
Hmm.
Let's say you up 2 rounds because you know from open scoring, and all you got to do, you come to the maybe 11th or the 12th round, and all you got to do is stay away and
It's
still win.
boxing.
Right,
Yep.
Affects how the fight goes.
but
And people will see that right away as well.
right.
It
right,
was used because of incidents where there was complaints, and it's still going to be complaints about the judging. So they decided to try it. It didn't work well, and that's why we don't have
right.
it anymore.
And not to mention, It happened. It happened with the corner.
Hold on, y'all.
It,
We got a
it,
new
oh,
panelist. Shout out Boxing Hacker in the building. What
What's
up,
up,
Boxing
BH?
Hacker?
Yo, what's up?
what's up, Hacker?
What's up, Ray?
And
Hey
this
man, I'm
getting
hearing what
funny
you guys
right
are
here.
saying, man, but I don't know, man. I feel like it's always a far stretch, right? If you look at
Hold on,
look,
Boxing
Of
Hacker. I
course
ain't
you.
even gave you the
Of
intro.
course you do.
oh yeah,
God,
my bad,
Of
my
course
bad,
you do.
my bad,
God
my bad. You good, you
damn.
good.
Just came in and took over.
Boxing
Came
Hacker,
in the door and shut it before.
let me. Can I ask you a personal question if you don't mind?
Yeah, feel free.
You got a new girlfriend?
Do I got
Ooh,
I be
oh, you
chilling.
find out. You
Huh?
chilling?
You got a new swag about yourself. I'm just asking.
I just be chilling, man, you know.
Hey, Boxing Hacker, tell her Ty is in the chat.
Huh?
Tell her Ty is in
Man,
the
you've been
chat.
on here. You've been shooting your shot at Ty. You've been
Oh, Ty
flirting
on
on
the
the other
Yeah,
channels. I said, what's
come
up?
on up, Ty.
that's
Where
my
is
lady.
Boxing
Hey, what's
Hacker and
up,
what did
Ty?
you do with him?
What's
You
up,
been
Ty?
making sense? I'm like, what is going on?
Come on up, Ty.
Hey, Ty, man. How you doing, Ty? But
Yo, you funny.
I'm chilling, man. I'm
Yo,
chilling.
let me. I'm gonna listen in. I'm gonna jump off because I gotta get this job done.
All right.
Salute
All
to
right,
everybody,
man.
man. Appreciate y'all.
All right.
I
Appreciate
think
it,
Thank
Boxing
man.
you,
Hacker
Ray.
got a new girl at the crib.
Nah, go ahead, Tuesday.
But
You
what's up,
know,
Boxing Hacker? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
hey man, I keep hearing people talking about like, oh, this Turkey's cheating, this and that, you know. But my thing is, one thing y'all have to realize, Turkey has always chosen his favorites, right? But they don't always win, you know. Like he's at the end of the day a boxing fan, you know. He's always been local. For instance, he wanted Bivol to win between Bivol versus Butterfield, but Butterfield beat him in the first fight. You know, and it's not the first time that where he has fighters that he is choosing and they don't win, you know. So for people to say that, oh, Turkey is cheating for fighters and stuff like that, I find that a bit of a far stretch, you know. I would doubt it. And it's Saudi. You know, the Saudi is I don't know if y'all have been to like a Middle Eastern country, but it's a religious based country, just like Dubai. You know, things like betting and alcohol and stuff like that aren't really there. You know,
It's on the black.
It
It's
is there,
probably
Boxing Hacker.
underground. It's like
Man,
it's there.
but
It's
it's
not.
there.
at
but
least
it's
not in
There.
still
general
there.
public.
It's still
It's
there.
there.
It's
It's
really
there.
not. Like
It's there.
It's there.
it's not as widespread as like the US, you know what I'm saying? Like for instance, like if you go to Dubai, you can't just buy alcohol. Like you might be able to get like from a club like late at night, but you can't just buy there are no like places to buy alcohol. And you can't just drink alcohol. You know. So like it's not so keeping perspective of the culture there, you know. But yeah, I don't think he was cheating. I feel like maybe
It's
you can
not
say,
even about if he was or wasn't. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Boxing Hacker. I didn't mean
no,
to cut you off.
you know, like it's
I got a
in the
question
realm
when he
of
done.
like it's a realm like it's in the same realm as what Floyd did with Tank Davis, right? It's in the same realm.
No, it's
No, it's
not.
not.
No, it's
Hey,
not.
hey,
It's
hey,
It's
definitely
Hold
what
T.
on,
it
hold
is.
on. We got a new panelist paid in full on the panel.
what's going on. 2 cents, what's up? To the salute to everybody.
Hold on, Boxing Hacker, you finished?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
All right, paid in full. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
No, I just heard that bullshit that Boxing Hacker just said. Lie.
That was a bullshit.
That's a damn lie.
yeah,
That's for sure. Cause that
I want
man
to ask
said
him
that
though.
you gotta understand. Turkey was sitting behind the official scorecards, bro. He went
Okay.
over to the corner and told the guy that he was down 2 points on the official scorecard. When Floyd did that shit, Floyd said the unofficial, meaning he didn't know for a fact if that was true or not. That's just opinion based it at that time.
So did we verify that he was actually down when he said he was down?
He wasn't down. Obviously, he wasn't even down on the cards when Floyd said that.
On who? Which fight?
We're not talking about Floyd. We're talking about
You
when
talking about, yes, he was down. He
Yes, he
was
was
down
down.
2 rounds. What
But
other
let's
reason
not
would it be for him to go to the corner and tell him that?
but let's not act like no matter who this would have happened with, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about it feeling the same way.
Hey, is Saudi a public
nah,
official?
I feel like it'd be different if it
Hey,
was
I
hey,
mean,
hey,
if not,
hey, Boxer Hager.
yeah, what's up?
Like I said to the last guy, it don't matter what he did. It don't matter. He still went over there and went over there. Like that, like he lucky them trainers, man, them coaches and all that stuff didn't go and knock his head off
They
for
ain't
doing
doing
that.
that in Saudi. But
if
Wendy had a
is
question.
is
He
Turkey a
lucky.
public official?
Hold on, Wendy
No,
City.
I hear what you guys are saying, right? But like I said,
It don't matter. Like
I
you don't.
still feel like at the end of the day, you know, it's and maybe
Look,
Bro, you just gotta call
I
a
don't know
spade a
how you
spade,
trying to
bro.
dress this
Like,
up,
whether you
but the
like it or
optics
not,
of a public
call a
but
spade
at
a
the end of
spade,
the day,
bro.
it's still in the same realm of what Floyd did. Like it's not too
It's
much different.
not though, bro. You keep saying that
the
shit, but it's
It is.
optics of
not.
a public official that's
Floyd was
close to the president,
promoting that
that's
fight, and he
close
went over
to
and he
listen, the optics of a public official that's close to the Saudi prince, running the boxing program, rehab season, paying for everything. Go to I didn't see him go to the judge's scorecard. I didn't see him go there, but I seen him go to his fighter, who he calls the ambassador. I don't know if he's a real ambassador or he just that's what they call him. But I
yeah.
think he holds a office. Telling him he's down 2 points. That don't seem fishy to you.
I don't think, like I said, I
So
don't think he did nothing wrong. I just think that you ain't supposed to do that shit at all. You ain't supposed to
yeah,
give no,
like I said,
you
maybe
ain't
the
supposed to
optics of it
do
looks
none of that
bad,
stuff
but
at all.
And that
Nah,
make the
that's
defense
I
say
feel
com-
like I feel like that guy has the right to say,
nah,
look, man, I want to contest this
yeah,
fight
but
if he would have lost.
nah,
keep in
Rich,
That's
mind
Rich.
that people be
and
shouting out
that's what
like your
Mayweather
coach will
said
even
after
tell you you're
the fight.
down on the
True.
cards and stuff like that. I don't know if he had the official cards or not. I
Yeah,
can't say
what
that.
The
other reason would it
Yeah,
be for
see,
him to
the
you
go over there and
coaches
tell him
the
that,
coaches
bro?
is not looking at the scorecard. No one
Yeah,
sees the scorecards, but
yeah, but even
not
then,
even
but
the
how do you really?
referee. Listen,
Wait,
not
how
even the
do you
referee.
even look
The
at the cards?
referee goes around and grab a scorecard from this judge,
Yeah,
grab a scorecard from this judge, grab a scorecard from this judge, and hands it in to the
yep,
sanctioning body at
yep,
the other end.
exactly.
yeah.
No one sees it,
So
but
But
that
Rich,
ain't
but
what
but
Turkey did.
so let me
so
ask you, why do y'all?
Floyd,
How do y'all know you even saw the scorecards?
What you mean?
How y'all know you even saw the scorecards? We keep saying that.
How did
Well,
no? The
He
better
didn't know
question
he
is,
was
how did he
down.
know he was down 2 rounds?
no,
That's what
but
I'm saying.
coaches tell you
Exactly.
you're down. No, but coaches will tell you you're down a round or two.
Bro,
You
his
know that,
No,
right?
coaches
the,
Like
didn't
people will
say
just
that
say that.
shit. The nigga that put on the
that
event said it, bro.
Huh?
that
The nigga that put on
Yeah,
the
then
event said it. His coaches ain't say that shit.
no, but
right.
wait, listen to what I'm saying
That,
though. When it comes to like people telling you down in a fight,
Man, this shit
people say it
sad.
all the time. It's not something that's very
Niggas is
out
crazy.
of out of the
listen,
ordinary.
I've been in an amateur fight where my coach
Yeah,
say you're down. It looks like you're down, and the
yeah,
whole time I done won the whole damn fight
correct,
Same.
And,
correct.
nor- and
listen,
normally
That's what
they
I'm
tell
saying.
you that for you to pick it up just to close out the round,
just to
just so
pick
you
it
know
up to close it
And that's
down. They're
probably
not.
why
this,
Floyd told Tank that, because he was not
Yeah,
down.
and so like you
I
look at
see.
but you guys ignore that part. Like I said, it's on almost the same level when Floyd went over to tell Tank, "Hey, you're down on the unofficial." Like
Floyd
it's still
wasn't
the
putting
same
up
thing.
no money either.
Yes, he was. Floyd
Nah,
always
For
nah.
bets on
who?
Floyd,
fights.
Floyd,
Floyd always
Floyd,
Nah,
Floyd, Floyd, Floyd a
Floyd
bet on
always bets
anything.
on fights, bro.
So
Don't
Floyd a
Floyd
do
bet
put
on
up
that.
the money
anything.
for that event,
Floyd always bets on fights,
or
man. I
did
mean,
Floyd,
PBC put the money up, or the
huh?
Floyd
net?
a bet on anything, man. Floyd,
Floyd bets
they
on fights, bro.
they
I don't
said
know
they
what
said
you're talking
Floyd a
about.
bet on the NBA. If a nigga shoot a three, man, I bet you 200,000
Bro, that's
if
Yeah,
he
cool.
make it
Floyd
on
got
that.
So
Floyd
let
got
me
He'll
ask
more
bet
y'all
on
a
money.
question.
anything.
So because
Floyd
okay,
bet on anything.
because this is the thing that this is the way I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's not just this incident, right? For me,
Okay.
it's the you coming out and admitting you use your Ring magazine to put out propaganda about the Canelo fight and all this other stuff, and the campaigns you run when the fighters don't sign, and now they a duck and all this shit you got going on, and then you add this on top of it, right? For me, it's not just one isolated incident, so it's almost kind of like, well, Floyd did it, so which is cool. Like, it's not just this though. This is just in addition to other things that I've observed from my perspective. You get what I'm saying? I
Well,
don't know. I
yeah,
can't speak for
and
but
everybody else.
what campaigns
yeah,
do you mean that he
you're
runs?
right about that too. Sense
Yeah.
like if you're gonna put out propaganda in the Ring magazine, that's bad. If you're gonna do this, get up to tell somebody the scores, that's bad. And we don't know what the guy's gonna do in the future. So obviously
So
everything looks fishy,
But he
right?
said that. But he
I don't
said this
think.
shit
Wait,
supposed to
I think
happen.
we're going too fast though.
And
What do you
that's
mean?
and that's
Let me,
all and that's all
Right.
I'm saying,
Right.
Teach. Like, I'm not saying you
So,
is, you ain't. I'm watching, I'm giving my opinions, my
right.
perspectives, things I see or whatever. But to try to discredit that because I'm a quote unquote Tank fan, or to try to just discredit like each one little isolated thing and not just see the whole big picture,
Right.
because that's what I'm doing. I'm seeing the whole big picture, but to just be like, oh, well, Floyd did it, and then
Well,
The
let's
thing
look at
is, I'm
let's look at the
seeing it
picture
from
though, right?
This is
Turkey.
somebody that came out and admitted to you that they spread propaganda.
That
Like,
he
why
lied.
is it so far fetched for me to kind of feel like he would influence a fight? Let me say that.
and
And there's
mind
nothing wrong with
this
that
point,
because
this
we've
right
seen
after
this in boxing, right?
right
We've
after the
seen
fact
this.
that
This
he
is
said
politics in boxing. So
No,
Hey,
no,
that,
the
well,
only
Turkey's
he
not
No,
the
wait,
first
wait,
the
wait.
one
only the
Hold
only
on,
but
one
but
reason
to
this
at,
get
one
on
mic,
that.
one mic. Go
but
ahead,
this
Keith.
when he my bad.
Go ahead,
What's up?
teach, and then I'm gonna let you go pay the full.
All right.
Yeah, so I mean, I 100% get you because this is not the first time we've seen this in boxing, right? Politics in boxing has been going on for a long time. So when we see this from Turkey, obviously we're gonna keep an eye on him, right? But we just can't say we can't isolate this the whole politics of boxing on one person when
Hmm.
there's like a multiple when there's multiple people doing this.
But it's not even just about one person and multiple people. It's about like you're not even in the country, you out the country. It's things going on, people getting sick. You
I
ain't know
mean,
you
come
had
on.
to weigh in the wisdom. It's just it's you get what I'm saying? It's more
Yeah.
to it than
Wait,
that.
but
It's
that's a little
bigger
bit
than
that's
that.
a little bit of a
Yeah,
stretch
with
to
the
say.
And that's what
statistics, I don't know
People get
about
sick when they
that.
travel all the time.
that's
Yeah,
what I was saying.
That
Like
doesn't really have anything.
Exactly.
if you
Exactly. People get
Yeah,
sick when they travel all the time. You going all the
yeah,
way over here to Saudi Arabia to fight.
exactly. Eating different
You
foods
get
and
you
stuff,
know what I'm
right?
saying? It's a
It's
lot.
possible to
It's a
get sick.
lot. It's
but
a
this
lot.
my biggest issue though. If you
But
say that you purchased the Ring magazine for it
yeah,
to be unbiased, and then you
correct.
go off and you do some shit like that, and you blatantly come out and tell motherfuckers that you lied, and then on top of that, you go. Then Tank said he got to go over there. If he go over there, he got to get a knockout to fucking win. And then you
Yeah.
see Ricky do the shit that he just did this weekend, bro. Make it look like everything the nigga said was true.
Yeah,
No, it's not true
that's
though.
true.
It really isn't because if you look at the history of it, like I said, Bivol and Beterbiev was a big fight, and he was clearly for Bivol, and Bivol lost the first fight,
Did
and
he
That
get up
he was
and
doesn't
tell
clearly
mean
someone the
like
Tyson
scorecards in the
Fury
that
Bivol
doesn't
he was
fight?
mean
he
Hacker.
was clearly for Tyson
And he
Fury.
was
Hacker
with
that
Tyson
I'm
Fury
Oh,
lost both
about
fights.
hacking. So you
that
So
don't
so
think
doesn't
that
mean
listen,
anything though.
no, but
And
you guys are saying you want to look at the whole picture, right? Then
you
let's
miss,
look at the whole
bro,
picture.
you missing the
Did he
point.
get up and
Yeah,
tell
right
Bivol
now
the
you're looking at part of the
scorecards in the
picture, but you're
fight?
trying to look at the whole
He
picture.
didn't get up and tell Bavard the scorecards,
He
bro. That's
didn't get up and
Yeah,
tell Bivol in the
but if
fight,
you're
brother. He
comparing it
didn't
to
do
what
that.
Tank said, if you guys are comparing it to what Tank said, Tank
If
said
that's your
because
guy, you're gonna
yes,
have to pay me extra to go over there.
because I have to get a knockout to win. But that's not true because we've
no,
seen
it's not,
two
and
of
the
his
shit just
guys
happened.
lose
that's how
without
he
getting knocked out.
feels though, boxing hacker. That's
And they
how
lost
he
on the
And
feels.
scorecard.
Look, that's how think about it. That's how he feels, which is not far fetched for him to feel like that. Then you got an incident like this happens, which makes him feel like, see, this is the type of shit I'm talking about because the optics of it don't look good.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's all I'm saying. Like
No, I
it's
hear you.
okay.
I feel you.
You
The
mad
optics
niggas that was criticizing
may
the
not
fuck
look
out
good
of
to the
Tank had
common
to
fan,
come
right? I
back
get
out and
that. But
apologize
what
to
I'm
the niggas
saying is that, like, if you
and
look at the
all
whole
that shit.
picture, the people that he's liked, a lot of them have lost. And
Yeah, a
so
lot of
when
them
people say
lost though.
like, yeah, like you have to
he's
look at it.
never
You can't
got
just
up
say,
and told them they were
But
2 points down. He's never
but
did
bro,
that.
he went
so
to
when we
his
compare it to what
fighter.
Tank said, once
He
again,
went.
Tank
That's the
said, if
he
you're
went,
his guy, you're gonna win on the cards. But that's
bro,
not true because we've seen his guys lose on the cards.
bro.
We've seen
That's
it more than
you missing
once.
the bro. You missing the whole point, bro. He went to his fighter in the corner
I,
to tell him that he's down
Yeah,
2 points,
I've heard that, and I get it.
which
The
changed
optics,
the outcome of the fight.
Did you see it? You talking about you heard it? Did you see it?
yes,
Okay
yeah.
then.
And that
Nah,
I
but
heard
changed
that
the
too.
outcome of a fight,
I agree.
correct?
I said, like, to me,
Hey,
it's on the same realm of what Floyd did. Like, yeah, Floyd went to
Oh
talk
my
when Floyd
fucking
told Tank, "You're down
nah, that's
official."
not the
It
same
changed the
thing.
flow of the fight too.
These guys
Uh,
It did.
crazy, brother.
Like,
These guys crazy.
because the
That's
urgency in Tank changed. Let's not forget that.
Hold on, we
But
got
Tank
Tank
a
was
hey,
new
up on the
hey,
analyst.
scorecards when that happened, bro.
hey, Ty.
What's going on, y'all?
Shout
How you
out
Hey, what-
doing?
Ty in the
hey, Ty,
building.
What's going on,
What's up?
Ty? Hey,
What's
Ty, my
up?
bad about yesterday.
First Lady Ty, what's going on?
All right, be
Nothing
respectful,
much.
hacker.
What's going on, Ty? How you feeling?
What's up? What's up? I was trying to find the video of because I see in the chat somebody said Floyd touched Tank on the arm or something. I was trying to find the video, but I can't seem to find him touching Tank. So I'm just trying to see what's going on.
He was pretty much saying that pretty much what they basically saying in the Barrios fight that Floyd went over to Tank corner and told him that he's down on the unofficial scorecard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't see him touching him. Even if that's true, does that make what Turkey did okay? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can,
understand what
no.
everybody.
So the optics look bad both ways. What I'm saying, like, all I'm saying is it's on the same realm as that, you know.
But he didn't say
It's
unofficial,
not.
and he told the nigga
But
down
the
by 2
urgency of
points.
Tank's urgency changed, so it did affect the fight. You saw his urgency change in the
But what
soon as
Turkey did affected that
So
fight.
But
Unofficial.
here's the
so
problem. Here's
if
the
we're talking
so
problem.
about the effect on the fight, the urgency change. You can
Hold
say
on,
the
y'all. Let
urgency
me
changed
read this
both
real
fighters.
quick. It says, did the fight in Houston being announced, fighters being clueless, and poster with dates similar to the fight ring announced for Canelo and Bud Pryor? What are you talking about? Because you talking about the Tank fight that was supposed to be here in Houston?
All right, that's what I'm trying to understand.
I
Yeah, I
don't know
think
what you're
so.
saying.
Yeah, I don't catch that one.
I think same talking about like the
Hey,
rescheduling.
can I say something
Because
real
that
quick?
fight was supposed to happen here in Houston.
But what do that got to do with the subject at hand?
So basically, the agenda is to discredit Turkey to strengthen their position on Tank turning down the Turkey offer. This is what I'm saying.
Turkey
This
didn't
is
offer
this
him
is
anything.
what
I mean, Tank
They
what
fans do be
always
the one
saying
to
it.
do
What did
this is what
Turkey
I'm
offer
saying.
him?
Hold on,
Hey,
time out,
hey,
time out.
But
Boxing
none of
Hacker.
them niggas can go
Hold
to
on,
not one
pause.
Turkey
Everybody
interview and
pause.
tell me.
Because let me say this. Can somebody tell me what this got to do with Tank that we talking about? Now, one thing. Are we talking about Tank or are we talking about Turkey? This is what I understand, like, people are doing all of a sudden.
They already
Anytime
deflected.
you say something about Turkey is something about Tank. We're not talking about Tank. We talking about Turkey, bro. Like, what
Nah,
is
but
going on?
boxing hacker brought up that Tank said that he don't trust Turki Alalshikh. You know what I'm saying?
I said that.
I
Yeah,
brought that
one
up.
of y'all said that on this
I
Yeah,
stage.
brought it
Troy
up.
said that.
One of y'all said that, and he was saying how, cause basically Turkey own fighters, the people that he want to win, they be losing.
Yeah, it's
Like
very obvious.
Tyson
I
Fury,
don't
like
necessarily
But
agree with
Masvidal,
that.
listen, nobody is
like
trying to
like
discredit Turkey.
Bevo lost the first fight. It's a couple people that he wanted to
But
win.
he won this fight for a trilogy when he clearly lost.
I think you
That was
discredit
a clear
yourself
loss.
when
I
you
thought
tell
he
me
won
that you
that.
putting out fake
Nah,
Yeah,
propaganda.
when we say
he wanted the Tyson
clearly
Fury and
lost,
Usyk
very
fight for a
close.
trilogy
Hold
more
Still
than
on,
got
Ty.
either
What's
way.
your 2 cents? What you got for the show? You ain't get to get your
I
2
was
cents.
just gonna ask what everybody's obsession is with Turkey. I mean, I really don't get it, and I really am yet to find anybody coming out saying that he paid them such an exorbitant amount of money. I mean, I just don't understand why everybody is so just obsessed with this man. He's an administrator for one. For two, his fighter, well, they called it a draw because they knew they couldn't just flat out give it to his ambassador or whoever it was. But to call it a draw is like ridiculous. I feel that soon enough we will find out that Turkey is not who he says he is, and they're gonna regret it. And
I
hopefully
think
it's just
that's
not too late.
Yeah, I
motherfuckers
mean,
All
already
right, hold
feel
on,
like
hold
he's
on.
a
Let me
that
favorite
doesn't
fighter.
mean
let
that
me get
happened
this
though.
super chat real quick. Tommy Dukes with the $1.99 says respectfully 2 cents. You represent Tank Fan Club. Shout out Tommy Dukes.
Hey,
What the
nah,
fuck did
I
that?
think,
Like,
No,
what the
but
fuck do
I have,
that?
I
I
think,
have a
I have a question for the panel. I have a question for the
question
panel.
real quick. To answer your question, Turkey, I mean, honestly, he's doing really good things for
Because they
boxing.
favorite fighter tied to that nigga. That's why.
I mean, it's not about fair fight. He's doing like a
That's
lot of
what
things
it is.
now.
That's
It
Let
all
me
is.
it is,
Weird
bro.
state.
And it goes against
I mean, he's
PBC.
about to have a tournament for fighters. He's putting on cards that would never existed without him. So like, he's doing a lot of good things for boxing. I think a lot of the
Why wouldn't it?
let me ask the panel a question.
because the cross promotional
And
controversy
the nigga
between the
still
No,
losing fight.
no, it's more than a cross
Let me ask
promotional
the panel a question. So
That's not even a hit.
who's really complaining about Turkey? Because the only people I've seen complaining about Turkey is the YTBC. So we're not seeing promoters complain about Turkey. We're not
Bob
seeing
Arum was
boxers.
complaining about Turkey.
man, you
For
seen
that
what he
one
made
fight,
Canelo do.
for that one
Canelo, the
baby
highest paid
decision.
boxer.
What I will say
Listen,
is
for
this:
that
the
one
people that are
big,
not complaining about Turkey are the people who don't want to do their job to begin with.
no,
So he's bailing
listen.
out the zone, he's bailing out Golden Boy. So why would they complain? Their fighters aren't complaining because
Right.
otherwise they really wouldn't be on any cards anyway because they're ass.
Because
So I mean,
they
the
fuck
I
up.
PBC
just
is
feel
what
that
was
media
their
aren't going to
team, right?
complain
Hold
about
on,
him.
y'all.
So
Let
you
her
know
finish.
PBC
Let her
was
finish.
No,
Y'all. Let
Let
her
Teach
finish.
finish. Let Teach finish. One mic. Go ahead, Teach.
So then why should the fans be upset? If the promoters are not upset, the boxers themselves are not upset, if the
You're not
trainers
doing
are
a
not
fucking
upset,
job.
why should we be upset? The reason why we should, the reason why the YTBC is upset is because of agendas, and they just want to be upset for
What
no
the fuck
reason.
is the
That's
Okay, let me
YTBC?
But
let me
see,
ask
Your opinion.
Hey, tell me why
Come
you
on, Teach.
Hey,
Why
tell
do
me
you
why
think
you're
why
upset
do you
about
think
Turkey.
we're upset? Why do you
What
think
Tell
is
me,
we're upset?
Paige, you telling me why you're upset about Turkey.
what do that mean? I'm asking. No, what do that? What you
Why
say?
don't you like
YTBC?
Turkey? Why
What?
don't you like Turkey? Tell me.
No, what do that mean first?
You g- you don't like
I
Turkey.
think
You
it's a
said the
Okay.
con.
YTBC. You said
I
the
want you to tell me why
YTBC.
That's
you
the
don't like Turkey.
YouTube boxing community paid him for.
The
YTBC.
YTBC, YouTube
Yeah.
boxing.
Community.
Why they putting on these
let me
Like
cats
let
I
me
said,
crazy?
it's
say
funny
this.
why they paid you. Nobody else is.
Let me
You
say
said
this to
what?
you,
They
T.
they want to alphabet
See,
everything.
nobody,
I'm about
nobody,
to say this
They
nigga
want
know
to
his
alphabet
definition and he
everything.
takes it further.
YTBC.
That's the acronym. That's the acronym for a
Oh
very long time.
shit!
Boy, we talking, we not
YTTBC,
catching. Why you
YouTube
even
Tank
using
Boxing
acronyms?
Community.
Teach, what's going on?
Wait, what did I say wrong? That's the acronym that's been used forever.
I understand that, but what
No,
I'm
it
trying to figure
hasn't.
out is we're talking. You only
That's my
text
first time
acronyms.
hearing
Why
it.
do you have to say them? That's weird.
Now, is this the first time you heard of the
Yes,
YTBC?
it is.
Yeah, that's the
Yes, sir.
first. That's why
Yes.
I asked you.
But teaches the YTTBC, YouTube Tank Boxing Community.
Wait, what's
That's
up?
what it really is.
Hold on, y'all. Ray hopped
Listen,
up here real quick. Ray, you gotta
listen.
get back
All
to
right,
work.
let me explain what I was saying real quick before it gets misconstrued and lost in the sauce. So I didn't type it. I'm at work, like I said. So look, what I'm saying is you were saying that Turkey had put false information out about the Canelo fight and things of that nature, and that's one of his mistakes. What I'm saying is and it's not about Tank. See, you push it to Tank. It is the PBC. The
You brought it up
PBC put
though.
out a fight poster. The fighters, including Tank and Lamont Roach, didn't even know the fight was off in Houston. They still kept running with the fight being taking place in Houston, and the promotional company failed to inform them. So what I'm saying is, it's no different than what Turkey did by failing to inform the fighters or committing to the fighters and letting them know that they were his fighters. Listen, everything is
Oh,
similar in
What
those
are you
natures.
talking
The
about?
word is similar. Listen, hold on, Ron, chilling.
Let him finish.
Listen, um, when you're out there and you say things and you're not understanding the similarities in things, understand that your fighter or some other fighter or some other promotional company, it doesn't have to be the PBC. Someone has made a similar mistake along the lines. Whether they learn from it or not, everyone's entitled to these things happening over and over again. And these sports, history repeats itself, including winning championships. So I don't see where the difference is a lot of times where we start force feeding negative publicity on all different aspects of the sport. At the end of the day, Boxing Hacker asked a great question. I still haven't heard it answered. Why don't you like Turkey? Why don't you like Riyadh season? What has he done? And a legitimate reason without including the PBC or stealing from fighters or making
Who
people
the
fight
fuck
overseas.
said they don't
What?
like
Hold
him,
on.
bro?
Listen, Ron, chill, Ron, bro. Listen, it's a different world. Calm down where you come from. We got it.
Like y'all
Listen,
be tripping, bro.
listen, bro, chill. You talk too much. Listen,
No, you
listen,
talk too much, nigga.
listen.
The
Y'all
fuck is
finish
you
up.
Listen,
talking
Finish
bro,
to?
up, Ray,
I
so
can't
we
even
can
hear you,
move
bro. Get the inner tube out your mouth so I can hear you. You high pitched. Listen,
What
let
the
me
fuck?
talk for a second. So at the end of the day,
Ad
bro,
hominems and red
listen,
herrings.
listen. Okay, if they're red herrings, they're red herrings. But
Oh,
let's
bro.
be real about it. What have they? What have we heard? What is the real reasons behind everything in this dislike or like? Is it because he's stealing our fighters? What fighters? The fighters are global. They're world championship fighters. So where are we seeing these fighters only being American besides them representing our country? No different than the
true.
Olympics.
That's true.
I'll land my plane right there. I'll land my
it's
plane.
about
Well,
Hold
first
understanding
of
on.
that
okay, I'm gonna let.
I'm
You can't
gonna
name
tell you
three
what it is
fighters
for
on that
me.
pound for
I'm gonna tell
pound
you what it
that's
is for me.
denying
It's
Turkey right
Look,
now.
let him land his plane because he said he got to go back to work. So let
go
him
ahead,
get his
Ray.
whole
No,
thought
I
process.
did. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, Ty. Appreciate it. I
Take
did.
your
Thank
ass
you.
back to work.
It's about understanding, reading the article saying, well, by 2030, they basically want to take over boxing, right? So if this entity is playing end goal is to take over boxing, I'm keeping my eye out. I'm watching. I'm seeing what's going on. It's not about a like or a dislike. It's about being skeptical and paying attention to what's going on and questioning everything. That's what it is for me, right? And this whole make believe competition with PBC and Turkey, like I said earlier, they're not in competition. They're two completely different things. So I don't know. I mean, I get it. The fans gonna do that, of course, but me, I understand that that's not what's going on for real. So
No, really, but 2 Cent, he admitted to, he didn't say he made a mistake. He admitted to putting out false information.
yeah,
He admitted to putting out false information.
and as far as the card in Houston and the fighters not going, what's going on? Okay, we mismanaging, we mishandling some things, but to completely just make up something and put it out, and that to buy a media outlet to completely make up something and then put it out, in my opinion, and then come out and admit you did that is very arrogant and is very alarming, and it should be paid attention
And
to.
skeptical.
And my
Yeah, I
thing
mean,
is
And
this,
that's
bro.
why
Like,
we should
there's
that's
never
why
anything
we
wrong
should
with
be
hey, bro, like
skeptical
I
of
think
Turkey
also,
get
Alalshikh.
I
twisted,
feel
bro.
like
Like niggas don't
Riyadh
have.
season and PBC are almost the same thing, right? They're both
No,
TV
they're
shows.
not.
They're
But
both
How was
TV
Riyadh
shows.
season and PBC the
PBC is a
same
TV
thing?
show. Riyadh season is a TV show.
What the hell are you talking about, boxing?
They're both TV shows. Riyadh
Hey,
season is
whenever
a
they
TV
don't
show.
have an answer
Premier
for it, man,
Boxing
they go right
Champions is
back
a
to that,
TV
oh,
show.
PBC or did
Teach
this,
does
or PBC
that
did this.
Teach, does that answer
Crazy.
your question?
Actually, almost the same damn thing when you really
Hold
think
on,
about
hold on. Teach, does that answer your question?
So for 2 cents, I definitely know why. I mean, you have these questions about Turkey. I mean, you went over a lot of it during your debate, so I get you 100%. You're looking at the long term of the sport of boxing because you want it to thrive, right? I mean, I totally understand that. But again, for me, the the at the present moment where boxing is right now, right? And so for me, what Turkey is doing is good so far. And until
It has
that
to be
point,
though.
huh?
it. Yeah.
It has
How,
to be.
But I mean,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
but
So that's what I'm saying. So right
what
now
is he
he's good
doing
for the
good though?
season.
What is he
But
doing
if
good? Teach.
he's making big fights. He's
he's
putting more
making
money
he's
in
making
fighters'
But
pockets.
let's but hold on, let's take a look at this
What big
though.
fight did he
Let me
make?
say,
Come
hold
on,
on, y'all. Let
really.
me say this. Let me
Versus
make this
Discovery
point
of
real
1 and
quick,
2.
right? Let me
Fury
make this
versus
point real
Usyk. I
quick.
mean, come on, guys.
Because Teach, you heard me say,
No one cared
eventually
about that
what will
fight.
happen is
right.
Turkey is going to end up inflating these fighters' purses, and he's going to be paying them more to fight lesser competition, right?
Right, you
So
said
I'm
that.
hearing that Canelo signed a 4-fight deal for 75 million a fight or 100 million a fight, and to fight who? Who is Canelo going to be fighting? That's worth him getting 75 or 100 million dollars. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
I get that.
now now you're gonna have to pay him even more money to fight somebody. Let's say he want to fight Benavidez. He already told you he want 200 million. You paying him
Yeah.
100 million to fight William Skull.
Okay.
And them the more meaningful fights though. Like that's
Yeah.
my
So
thing.
Man, let that nigga go broke doing it. But I can't get
I mean, he's
mad at
not
him
gonna
for
go
doing
broke.
it.
Like I
I
always
can't
say this.
I can't get mad at him for doing that, man.
No.
That's what people want to see though. People want to see fights, man.
Yeah.
But
There's
that's
nothing
All
wrong.
cool.
that stuff. I was, to be honest with you, man, that PBC shit when Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman was all saying that other side of the street shit, that was fucking up boxing. All that stuff
Right.
is
But they
what he
had
doing ain't
network
fucking up
Tim
deals.
Bradley
boxing.
No,
started that
Hold
shit.
on, they had network deals, y'all. They
Tim
had
Brett.
contracts with
Tim
networks.
Bradley
Tim
started that
Bradley
after they
started
And that's
it.
why
started saying
Turkey
that
is good.
shit.
No,
We don't
before.
even hear
No,
the,
we talking about when they was
we no
fighting, when
longer
they
hear
was
the A
fighting.
side and B side as much as we were in the past.
At the
Them
end of the
Terrence
day,
Crawford
right?
couldn't get no
Bro,
fight
Be-
with them. They was saying that shit.
always existed, bro. Why are we trying to
At
make it
the
that shit didn't
No,
exist?
they exist
at
because
the
not
at the end
everybody
of the
can
day,
pay
at
out
the
for
end
that.
of the day, when the well dries up, the boxers are just going to be brought back down to reality.
Who
They're going
said
to
the
have,
A side, B side?
they're going to have to accept,
And then
taking
it's going
that
to
type
be
of.
even longer, Teach, for you to get bigger fights.
Hey,
It's going to
Hacker,
be
you said the A
even
side, B
longer.
side?
Right.
You're going to
It's
have to
And
been
wait.
it's
but
been like
you know
it's been
why,
like that
and I
all the
understand.
time.
I understand what Teach's
Turkey, it's
saying,
been
right?
like that.
So what I think is teacher saying, and I agree with him, is if we keep ignoring the fact that our community in our United States, we're a small pocket, we're a really small pocket in the earth of boxing, and we're not as big as the world is as they follow boxing. So as our well dries up, yes, it's going to close the doors, and these guys are going to be fighting over there no matter what. He's
What?
saying is that yes, it's true. What do you think? You think everything's happening? When's the last time that you've seen a fighter from the United States fight more than 3 times a year? Besides being with Mason, like let's keep it real, or 2 times a year, or it's not that. Let's look. I don't want to throw promotion, but there's fighters fighting once a year or once every 2 years and being
A lot
shelved.
of that is on them, right? They're
Exactly.
fighting. There is
It
on
is.
Man,
them.
Okay,
listen
it
here.
But
should
guess
be when
what? But guess what,
the
Ray?
fights are
The
available.
more
But listen, the
money, the
fan.
more
Hold
money
on.
you pay them, the
So
less
right.
they're
No,
going to
So
fight.
we're
So it's
saying it's
gonna
on them.
happen anyway. It's
Right. So
gonna
it's
happen.
on them. Right. So it's on them 2 cents. But at the same time, these guys are trying to feed their families, right? At the same time, these guys want to make the big fights, but the big fights are being made because of money, because of issues. And then you got a guy who's willing to help out all these situations, and we kick his back in because we think he's trying to take over a sport. If he takes over, so what? It's not ours to own. You know what I mean? As a fan, I
That's
don't like it
Well,
either. If he hold on, as a fan, I don't like it either if he does.
like that.
But I
money
have to
is
be
not the
respectful.
reason.
Toxic conversation.
Listen, the money's not the reason that is not
No,
So
that
if
we're not
when
getting
money
the
you
is
get
the
up
fights.
to
reason, if
I
money
want
when
is
to
you
the
be
get up to
reason,
championship
why
fights and
Canelo
you
not
get up.
fighting Benavidez? If
I want
money
to
is
be
the
like Mr.
reason,
No, I'm
Direct.
not
why
talking about why
Canelo not
fighters.
fighting
I'm
Benavidez?
talking about to the phrase when he said that the reason why these guys are fighting 2 and 1 times a year. Money is not the only reason. These guys are fighting championships fight. It takes more for you to get up and get your body in shape to fight these harsh fights with with champions. Who's going
Exactly.
to be fighting 3 or 4 times a year, fighting
A lot of
champions
people,
all the time? No
Okay,
one's not
so
doing that.
then,
Come on
like
now.
so all
Ray
right,
said,
let me.
7 times a
So all
year.
right,
Yeah, nobody wants to
to throw
start.
this in your to throw this back in your direction. To throw this back in your direction and rebuttal that, right? So what happened to what the glory days of boxing that everybody loves that's over
This is not
the age
yesteryear.
of
This is
35?
not
Hold on,
yesteryear.
hold.
This is
Okay, it's
not
not
yesteryear.
yesterday. Okay, so you're right, it's not. But those guys didn't have the training methods. They didn't have the supplements and none of that stuff that we have today to recoup and get better out and be out there. Did they?
And where are those
No, they
guys
didn't.
now?
And those guys worked
And where
harder.
are
And
those
those guys,
guys now?
exactly. Where are they now? They're
I,
retired and
I,
ready. But let's ask ourselves,
they're
where are the guys today? How come more
with
people
what?
are suffering from injuries from what they did back then, right? Because
Those guys are those guys
Tommy Hearns is one.
have brain damage.
Okay,
They haven't been getting paid.
okay.
They lit, some of them are crackheads.
So
Not all
so
of
none
them.
of them.
Some of them that
Most of
didn't
them
make the
got
money that they were supposed to
Exactly.
make.
They're not
Come on
getting. They're
now.
crackheads and they're not getting paid. Exactly. They're not getting paid. So now we have
Hold on. Let me say this.
platforms.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
say
My
this.
bad.
But Ray, hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this. They were one reason, Ray, why they was fighting like that back in the day is because of the money, right?
They had
You're
to.
not gonna it needs, and that's why I was asking about Baturbiev and Bivol. Like, if they fight a trilogy, like with all these tough fights back to back to back within a short period of time, what is that going to do to them? And then moving forward for their career, because you don't fight tough fights back to back to back to back. Like, we seen Spence do that shit. We seen how they worked out for him. We seen fighters back in the day do that. You seen how they worked out for them. There's no fighter. Name another fighter that's fighting just tough fight after tough fight after tough fight after tough fight. It really doesn't make sense to do that because you're shortening your career. So
Yeah,
I
but
can't.
fuck
You
it.
can't
Fighters,
definitively
Y'all,
say,
listen.
oh,
as a
Turkey
fan though,
is going to be able to make them do
as
Fighters
a
are
that.
two. Fighters are 2 to 3 fights a year. That's what they
Yeah,
average.
my
That's what
thing
most
is,
fighters average, and we're
my
not
thing is
getting
this.
that.
Everybody keeps saying he
Not at the
over,
championship level.
but everybody keeps
At the
saying
Really?
they
top
Okay.
over.
level, bro. They
I,
fight 2 or 3 times a year.
I just got a question.
Who?
I,
So
I'm
we say
good. I'm
all these
good.
big
Yeah,
bags
That's
they
that Turkey giving off, but
even if fair fighter fights at
who
least
knows
twice
what
a
they
year,
get?
bro.
These fighters are getting paid with him.
I agree. Twice a year.
nah, they
If
definitely
not
they
3.
definitely gotta be getting paid because you
In the
seen how
beginning of the
Floyd
year, in the
Schofield was looking
summertime
when
or
he
the
got that
spring, and in
money
the
in
winter or
Shakur.
But
fall.
is
At
he
least
is he
2.
really paying them, overpaying them, or is he giving them like pretty much the same amount of money that promoters over here would give them?
Nah, I don't
He's
think
paying
so.
them
Because
better.
if you see if Canelo would have never took his ass over there,
Well, we will see what Canelo gets
Canelo's the
paid. Because
highest
one thing
paid
I will
person. He
say
wouldn't know
is,
you would fuck
if
with
he
him if
don't
that
pay
was the case.
Canelo, Canelo will sue his ass. So he better pay Canelo. As
He's
far as the
gonna pay
rest of them,
Canelo.
who knows?
You
No,
gotta
he is.
realize Canelo said he make money off pay per view, all that stuff, and he still
He
went
make
over there.
80%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you gotta realize he paying something.
He
yeah.
better
No,
be.
Turkey's
Canelo
paying.
will
Well,
sue the
Something.
shit
he
out of his
said he
Turkey's
was
ass.
paying
saying
good
he's
money,
paying
man.
What the
something.
fuck? Why would Canelo still? I don't know, bro. Like, that's crazy to me. If you making all this fucking money, what the fuck is the point of you still boxing? Like,
If you're making all this money, you still love
yeah,
the
like I
sport.
don't get it. If you getting paid all this money, like the object is to get out of the game.
Make
Nah,
even
not
more.
for
Nah,
everybody. Some
It's,
people
nah,
want.
it's, it's,
nah,
It's
it's
all.
not
It's
But you
obviously
every
gotta
not for each
understand though,
fighter.
it's not
that's like
every
nah.
them.
not always gonna want to make money. So it's never
Well,
enough.
Yeah.
but you got
You never gonna.
generational wealth already.
Floyd still fights, and
Bro, like,
he's probably one of the richest boxers in the world.
And
yeah,
plus,
his kids
sometimes,
are.
you know, the more you make, the more you spend. So it doesn't really, you know what I mean? It's not like he's not spending any of this money. I'm
Yeah,
sure his expenses increase as he makes money because you're going to
exactly.
want nicer things and nicer
Lifestyle
things.
increases. Yeah, all
And
Yeah.
he
those
gotta pay a lot of
speculatives,
taxes.
right?
I want to know
And
what Mr.
that
Greg has
tax a
to
hell
say
of a.
because I haven't heard Mr. Greg yet.
I was
So
waiting, I was just listening, talking
mm,
about Turkey. Turkey is good and bad for boxing. Let me say that. And you can't begin having a history, even if it only happens one or two times, of being seen talking to the judges, then going to the fighter that you favor and telling them whether it's true or not, you're down by 2 rounds. That gives a bad taste in the mouths of fans because here we are talking about it and not liking it. Well, other fans are doing the same thing. So you have to create a history since you're trying to take over boxing where we want to see it. We want to see that you're doing right by it, and we can continue to watch fights. But right now, we are already talking about him, and he's just really getting, I would say, started. He's making a few mistakes. Now, is he good for boxing in terms of some of the fighters getting money? More fighters getting money? Yeah, of course so. They're being lured over there, but I question how are they being paid? Just
mm,
because you're getting 10
Bitcoin,
million or 5 million, how's that money being paid? And
crypto.
how's it getting back to your home country? So
mhm,
you got to look at that, but that's not something that we probably get into.
Yeah. And
But
the
on the other
conversion.
side, when you putting out false propaganda and then telling us that's what you're doing with a major media outlet that you own, then you have little incidents like the last fight. You're going to question it. This is not about disliking Turkey, it's disliking some of the things that we're
Thank you.
seeing with our own eyes. And that
mhm,
has to be always addressed
mhm.
in the debate because I'm still feeling that about that for 2 cent losing. I'm sorry. But
Uh,
she brought up the fact that you're luring fighters over to the country to pay them money on one hand, but then you're talking to Dana White about taking one of the few protections that they have, which was the Alley
Mm,
Act. That's really bad because fighters have been taken advantage of more so back then than they are now. But if you take that one little protection away from them, yeah, we're giving you money, but there's now nothing, no legislation in place to help you protect you because the same guy who's giving you money is taking away your protections. And I
Facts.
think when she made that point, that was the kill shot. Except, I already told her where the mistake was. But and as one more thing, is the guy I think his name is Ray. Was he one of the judges?
no, he wasn't.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, man, why did you do that?
Uh,
But yeah, that's how I see Turkey. If he streamlines how he does things and catches himself and think about the image, because perception is everything these days, and particularly now because we're here talking and we're seeing things and talking about them. If he fixes that, keeps having the good fights, guys stop with their back and forth and not fighting, we will see the fights and we'll be a lot more happier. But he has to, I'm sure he might even see some of these shows where we're talking and try to do some course corrections where we don't see him doing stuff like that. But there's too much information out here. Some of the information is not exact, some of it is partially true, but you have to make sure if you're the guy who's handling boxing now, you're being the arbiter, the king, the one who makes things happen, you can't afford to make these kind of mistakes. But I think for the time being, at least, Turkey he's gonna be okay. But if he stops trying to do, especially particularly if he tries to take what Ali Act. To me, he's bad for boxing. It just on that point alone. That's how I feel about Turkey. But we're gonna have to have people come in because boxing is global. It's still a niche sport now because there's so many other sports out here and there's so many ways to watch it that we have to do something as boxing fans and uh, content creators to streamline it and keep your foot on their neck, as they say. To say, listen, boxing fans don't want to see you over there talking to judges anymore. It should be a rule that you can't go over to talk to judges. promoters who got a fighter, yeah, you're gonna go to the corner because you see in the fight and it doesn't look good to you. You're gonna do what Mayweather did and say, you know, you down 2 points unofficially. We see the trainers tell you that, you know, it looks bad for you right now. What you gonna do? They don't know either, but what they see in the ring doesn't look good to them. So you should be able to do that if you're the trainer, but you have no business going over to the judges and looking at anything.
That's
And I'm
right.
glad we don't have open boxing anymore because it affected the fight. I'm glad the referee doesn't get to judge anymore either because they used to be the referee judge as well. So that's what I got.
What? That's wild.
The
Let me
referee is the judge too.
let me
Hold
ask
on,
you
we
a
got a
question,
new
Mr. Greg.
panelist. Hold on, y'all. We got a new panelist. Let me read this comment real quick, and then I'm gonna let Thomas get his 2 cents off. His
I want to ask
shout
Greg.
out Thomas Hill on the panel.
Brody, what's going on,
What's up,
Thomas?
Thomas?
Thomas Hill.
What's
So
up,
J.A.
buddy?
Dixon say, wasn't he
Salute to you,
talking
Thomas.
about changing the scoring criteria too? Did y'all hear Turkey was talking about changing the scoring criteria?
Well, not necessarily the criteria. I think he was trying to introduce open scoring and also like AI scoring.
Shout out
I think
Thomas
that
Hill. What's your 2
the
cents? What you
score
got for the
criteria is
show?
still there, though.
Hey, Thomas.
Good evening to everybody.
Hey,
I'm just
Thomas.
coming in. I'm listening to the cook. I decided that there was one space open, so I was gonna try to come in and accommodate that. But shout out to 2 Cents Boxing. Shout out to Mr. Greg, Rich,
Yeah.
Teach, my man Boxing Hacker, Paige,
What's up, bud?
Ty, Ray,
What
and
up?
my man Witty City Assassin, the Chicago champ. Let's
Salute
talk
to you,
that
brother.
boxing.
I want to ask Mr. Greg a question.
Okay.
Taking away the alley act would most likely mean like removing protections for the fighters, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if that would. I mean, you just brought that to my attention just now, so I don't know too much about that ever happening. But let's say they were to remove that, they would have to supplement it with something else, right? Because they can't just take the protection away from the boxers.
Yeah, that goes through Congress. Yeah, that's something different because you
See,
got
they
the
were
Tort
talking
Act with
about.
that.
I'm sorry. They were talking
No, go
about
ahead.
finding ways to overturn or remove the legislation. Now, if all the fights begin to take place over there, that legislation doesn't have as much power. Because see, Dana White was one of the other persons who also is in combat sports industry, who also wants to remove the Alley Act. The problem with that is, again, you got those who have power want to have more power and control over the fighters.
Yeah.
That should not be the case. That can't be the case, and it's never going to be good for fighters because we were just talking about fighters, crackheads, fighters are broke, fighters are in jail, fighters who made a lot of money for the promoters got taken advantage of in multiple ways. So you can't even consider somebody being good if that's one of the things that he wants to do, and that's a known fact. So you think about that. If you go to work now, you're entitled to certain rights when you go to work. You're entitled to get paid. They have to do certain things for you, even if they're going to fire you. Let's say they take it away. I mean, you got some states that are right to work. They can fire you the same day. You know, you got some places where they have to go through some procedures before they can let you go, and they got to make sure that you get what you're owed. So if you're over in Saudi, for instance, and they're saying, okay, yeah, we got to pay you, but we're going to pay you in Bitcoin or we're going to pay you in cryptocurrency. No, if you're paying me and I fight over there, I want American dollars because that's where I live. I don't want my dollars to be devalued. I mean, we're getting deep into that, of course. But I'm getting deep into that. But the thing is,
Hold on, let me ask J.A. Dixon a question. He says, I don't trust them using the British Boxing Commission over there either. Why not, J.A. Dixon?
interesting. It's interesting. So they're
There's
trying to
US,
see what
US.
they're doing, right? They're trying.
There are only two US. There's like two US fighters in the whole card, but we have to follow all US rules.
Yeah, I think Greg was done.
But
All
yeah,
I'm
I was
saying
gonna
is
say
you
to Mr.
got to
Greg's point.
all I'm saying is you have to keep fighters have to be protected, and we know why. And we don't want to hear a promoter who's been spending money and giving them money also talking about, well, we don't pay them, but we don't want them to have any protections. That's what I'm saying.
Also, I think they're paying. They have the option to get paid straight out. You know, they may give them an option to get paid in cryptocurrency, but they probably have. I'm sure they have options to get paid straight too.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I mean, why not? You know, I mean, if you get paid in crypto, it's volatile, right? So, like,
If you want to make, listen, if you are going to make
That is
boxing
blatantly
bigger as a
false.
sport, you have to get rid of the Ali Act.
that's what keeps Al Heyman
Not a
So, Rich,
alive.
can you could you expound on that? Why do we have to get rid of the fighters' protections to grow the
So you
sport?
remove the protection of the fighters to make
So,
the sport bigger.
I think one big thing that we're missing is having boxing under one umbrella, just like UFC is under one umbrella, which to me is
No, no.
will be phenomenal. To be
But
honest with you.
competition is good for the market, boxing hacker. Why you want everything under one?
If it really, it also so like historically it creates politics too, right? A side, B side, different sides of the street. Fights can't happen because this promoter says that he wants to keep the belts, you know. So it sounds good on the one hand, but if we look at it historically, it just create like a
But
bottle.
then it's almost like you going backwards. It's like y'all want fighters to go with Turkey so they could get paid. Cool.
A
Yeah.
boxing
But
hacker.
then
But
the end goal is not for
boxing
them
hack-
to continue to get
I'm
paid
sorry.
more.
A
Yeah.
bo-
So
a bo-
when you say end goal, that's a future state that we don't know yet, right?
Yeah, but boxing
I
hacker,
mean,
you taking
we
away
can't
people.
fearmonger on future states that we don't know, you know.
so
a
just
boxing
just to
hacker.
be clear, and shout out to Greg. I appreciate what you said and dropping the knowledge on the Ali Act, right? The Ali Act is not just it is a federal legislation, but it's also adopted by all the sanctioning bodies in boxing. So for that to go through, it has to go through a lot of channels, and it has to go through a lot of. And I know Mauricio Sulaiman works closely with Turkey, but he works closely with a lot of fighters, our favorite fighters, and some of our promoters. But at the end of the day, we have to understand that if that does go away, that could be some injustice to the boxing. But here's to say, the Ali Act, even though it's in place, how has that really protected fighters all the way? Because you still have fighters that have been not getting their proper paydays, not getting things that they deserve. People suing promoters, things of this nature, because they feeling that they're being treated unfairly and they're not getting a fair act. With that being said, we have to understand that it's never going to be the grass is greener on the other side, and it doesn't mean that the grass is cut too low on this side. So we have to understand that that is a hard pill to swallow either way you take it.
True. And let me just say this.
But that doesn't mean get rid
Yeah,
of it
but
because the
you're
fact that
gonna
it's even in place is why they can sue. You get what I'm saying? The
Right.
Ali Act, that
Right.
like if they take that away,
You're
then
gonna
they don't even have
sacrifice the
options.
whole for the few.
What?
You're gonna sacrifice the good of the whole for the few.
No, I didn't say that. I was saying I was actually saying that's sad that they're taking it away, is what I said. But I also
No, I'm
said
not saying
that
that. I'm just implying that.
No, I'm talking to
oh
somebody in the comments. Who is this talking about?
Yeah.
And
Ali Act
So I
and
think
also
to help the sport grow. That somebody just said that if you get rid of the Ali Act, it'll help the sport
that
grow.
was too rich.
that was
that's
too
true.
rich.
Yeah, so like you
Yeah.
can if you get rid of the Ali Act, then everything can be under one umbrella, right? Because that means somebody like Turkey could be both the promoter and the.
Oh, and let me
Yeah,
just
double dipping, and that's what he was
I
supposed to
mean,
anyway.
BBC is
So
double
you got
dipping
to pay
all
a
the time.
bigger percentage to
Is Al
your.
Heyman really just an advisor? Let's be real, you know.
Al
Yeah,
Heyman gives his fighters the most money. I can tell you that much.
yeah,
Come on now.
and that's why he got the most criticism, just like Turkey, right?
Because
So
they're
what that's what I said
haters.
before. When we
They
say
sued
PBC
the
and
man.
Riyadh are so different, they're not.
They are.
When Al
They
Heyman was
are.
saying
They're
they're
very
not, when Al
different. Night
Heyman was
and day.
paying fighters a lot of money, people were saying that it was causing problems in boxing. One of the reasons was because it made fighters
The
fight
only
less.
people that
Al
was
It made
saying
Heyman
fighters
that,
more
in
money.
the
the
They
only
paid
people
less.
that
country.
was saying
That
that,
was a big argument, you know.
The only people
the
that
only
was
people that
saying
was
that
saying
was the people that's with Turkey.
No,
that
before
sued
Turkey.
him, Top Rank
Before Turkey.
and Golden Boy.
Remember, Al
And
Heyman got sued.
both
Like,
of them are notorious for stealing from their goddamn fighters.
yeah, you
Al
know,
Heyman
like I
gets
said,
sued every other year.
but like I said, if we look at the end result of it just be under one umbrella, I think being under one umbrella is better than
But it's
being
just not
how it is
being
now.
under one umbrella. So if a fighter, you don't have to sign with a promotion company to get a championship fight, right?
Right, but there won't. So if everything's under one umbrella, You just be under one umbrella. It's not about being under different promotional companies at that point.
Has any fighter ever sued?
Like it's like UFC, you know.
Not that I know of, but has any
No.
fighter ever sued PBC?
Has anybody ever sued PBC?
Yes.
Any fighter?
Oh, no fighter.
Fighter.
No fighter.
Because they getting paid. They've sued Golden Boy. They sued King. They sued Aram, but they have never sued PBC. You got to ask yourself why. They're getting paid.
They're getting paid.
So,
yeah.
Who sues PBC? I don't think Don has, but we know Golden Boy and we know Aram has tried to sue twice. Why? Yeah. Because when he came into the game, he changed it. He changed it for the better of the fighters. Fighters were leaving, going over to PBC because the door was open. We're getting you some money.
But PBC is also blurring the lines of the of the Ali Act. Every time you hear Al Heyman as the advisor and he's not the promoter, that's blurring the lines, you know.
Al Heyman is not a promoter. He's an advisor. Sure. Tom Brown is the promoter.
Yeah. Sure.
There you go.
Whatever.
Then
at least
hold on. All right. Let's talk about the PBC. It was a good question. Did anybody sue the PBC? I don't know, but I know AB had some litigations. I don't know how that turned out, if it ever turned into a lawsuit or not, against the PBC about his payments and the way they paid him and they pay fighters. But I'm not sure. So
Don King.
Now he's currently, but he was a Mayweather fighter under the PBC.
I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Well, you saw
he was I don't know about a Mayweather fighter, but he was signed under the PBC. But he said that Al Heyman did him well and kept his money for him, so he don't spend it all.
Why is
some of them in cash so his baby mother couldn't take it?
Yeah, why is the perception that Al Heyman is bad for boxing and Turkey?
I don't know. We all black. I don't think people are saying that. I mean, people are. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not indicating. You're right. I'm not indicating that.
When I say to read the writing on the wall, every time somebody says PBC, it's always something negative after that. Although PBC's fighters are the only ones that are being paid, PBC is the only one doing well. I mean, look at Bob Arum.
But if they're getting paid, why are so many? If they're getting paid, why are so many fighting on other platforms, Ty?
Because Al Heyman allows a person to be freelance. He doesn't hold you close to the best.
Why do they,
he said, okay, if you want to go fight over there, you can go fight over there.
That's what he said. But yet he has this side of the street thing. At one point when he had,
he's never had the side of the street thing.
Yes, he did. He's never had that was the PBC that threw that out there. Okay.
No, it was Tim Bradley when it was concerning Errol Spence. He said, we don't fight them guys over there. We always been on this side of the street. That was Tim Bradley when Errol Spence.
This is later. Yeah, that was later on, man.
Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman was saying that way before Tim Bradley even thought of Errol Spence.
Yes.
Come on, man, with that bullshit.
And that was at 140, but before he went to 147.
The first time I ever heard it was when Tim Bradley said.
Yeah, because you probably
that's what you right.
I'm not just start listening, bro. I'm a whole boxer, bro. I'm an amateur boxer. I'm just start listening to this. I've been listening. I've been doing it.
Bradley was being funny when he was saying that.
And I don't even like Tim Bradley, and that's 100%.
He was saying that
he was mocking. He was mocking.
Okay, so Rich, what is your point?
You said what?
I disagree.
What's your point?
So
I'm saying that's when all that shit started happening. That's when all that people not fighting and shit like that came apart. Other than that, people was fighting. Other than that, people was fighting. Al Heyman taught Floyd the game. Floyd will always tell you that. That's his second father. He's a good business person.
Yeah, but they all do promotional activity. It's not just like they only allow them to fight PBC fighters. PBC fighters were all through that Turki Alalshikh.
But I thought y'all said they only do in-house fights. Now they fight on other platforms.
That's what I'll be saying. These guys don't know what they be talking about.
After a while, it wasn't enough money.
That's not what you said. Okay.
Because there were so many fighters that had to be fed.
Just listen to how y'all.
Just a limited amount of money that you're gonna have. So it got to be a limited amount of money that you can that you're going to I'm sorry, limited amount of fights you can put on because of the money you got to pay the fighters. That was the big issue there.
Man, just listen to
Once you
what
start
y'all
giving
saying. Listen to
fighters
this
Okay.
record.
million
Hold
dollar
on,
Listen to
Rich.
this.
Hold
purses,
on, Rich. Let Mr. Gray
Wait,
finish.
wait.
no,
Listen to the
Hold
Shakur.
on, Rich. Hold on, Rich. Go ahead, Mr.
once you
Gray.
start giving fighters million dollar purses early in their career, they're gonna want to keep getting it. And there's only so much money that's going to be available depending on how you're financing the fights in the first place. So you have to they had to start limiting, everybody had to start limiting the amount of fights that they can put on per year because of what the fighters were asking for. That's what started it, and that's why they were mad at Al. Al was right to get fighters paid because he remembered what happened to his brother. I'm not mad about him about doing that. Every promoter can have criticism, him as well, but they slurred him. But I'm not going to get into well of that. But that's what started the well. It makes more sense for you stay in house because the money can stay there. There's enough
Exactly.
money there. That's what started that. Really, it wasn't so much cross the street, down the street. It what made sense from a business perspective. Al had all
Absolutely.
the fighters. He
Yeah,
had all the
exactly.
fighters
And
already.
and I, and you're
That's
right.
what we're trying to
Absolutely.
say.
I remember when he started. He started because Don King was taking money away from fighters, and Bob Arum. They were definitely robbing these fighters. You even had Queensberry at one point was even over here as well as Lou DiBella. They were all over here. They were getting event. They were taking advantage of the fighters. Absolutely. With the Ali Act in place, they were taking advantage.
Yeah.
Al did find a way. Oscar did get out of his contract and decided to go HBO later out with Floyd to merge over there because it was better for him. Canelo did start his career over there and he knew it was better for him. He left and came back. But at the same time, if other people have the opportunity, it shouldn't just be Al. And I get it. You know what I mean? I have much respect for Al. I never shamed Al. I think what Al did and what Al has done for boxing is historic, especially as a black man in America. It's historic. So
Absolutely.
I don't take nothing away from that. What I'm saying is now we have somebody else coming in that can also give some of the fighters, and I'm not talking about low level fighters or mid level fighters or A, B, C, D, whatever you want to call them. I'm talking about our fighters, our prize fighters, the fighters that excite us, the fighters that we like to see in the ring. When they're putting them on TV, whether it's overseas, here or there, right? At the same time, they're fighting fighters that we never heard of because we don't watch globally, so we don't know the talent of these fighters. They're being exposed to us new, most of these fighters. If you don't watch boxing and you don't follow some of these fighters. So I sit down and watch boxing. I started watching boxing again about 7 years ago. And literally I got exposed to new fighters that I never even knew were there. So my point is, not to get sidetracked, is that if Turkey's able to facilitate that and bring some of these fans to the same parking lot and watch these fights, why not? At the end of the day, I don't care if it's Al, I don't care if it's Bob Arum, Lou DiBella, Don King, none of them. As long as they come, and it doesn't matter who's hosting the fight. I'm there to watch, and I just want to see the best fight the best at the end of the day, and that's it.
Ray, you know what? I can somewhat agree with that. My only pushback would be he's not doing it for the love of the sport, right? He's doing it for his own agenda, because if he was doing it strictly for the love of the sport, he wouldn't have made sure he got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Right.
He wouldn't be making sure these fights are taking place in Saudi. If he genuinely loved the sport and he really wanted to see this sport grow, then he would do it where it counts, right? Isn't
Mhm.
that why Pacquiao came to America to fight? Because America is where boxing really counts, where you get your stardom. So why take that away from us when in fact you love the sport so much, you just want to see all these great fights put on? Then make the fights that we actually really want to see. I mean, that card wasn't terrible. And you're right, I did see fighters that I never saw before that maybe I will be checking for in the future. However, all these big fights that Turkey's putting on, I just don't see that. Or maybe I'm just not impressed by what he seems to be putting on. I'm still yet to see Tio in the ring. I mean, Bud fought who Madrimov, who gives a damn about that? I mean, if you really want to be honest, he's doing it for himself. He's sitting ringside, just sitting there like we some little monkeys at a sideshow. The audience wasn't even enthused. I mean, you could hear a pin drop in there. There was no real crowd participation. I mean, and if I go as far as to say, I don't even think they really care about boxing over there. They went from a 20,000 seater to a 6,000 seater, and it still looked dead in there. So I'm not really sure. I mean, all this love for boxing, and he just wants to make boxing great. I'm not really sure how true that really is.
Wait,
And
can I ask you a
Hold
and
on,
question?
hold
I
on,
didn't
hold
look
on. We
at
got
it. Let me look.
hold on. We got
Because
a new panelist. Hold on, relax. Shout out
We
Cash
do.
Crypto.
2 cents. What up? What up to the panel, man?
What's
Hey,
up?
crypto.
Peace. So, and Ty, what you're saying is absolutely true, but I never said that he did. He
Ray.
was.
Ray. Hold
Yes,
on. Cash
yes. I'm
Crypto, what's your
sorry.
2 cents? What you
Go
got for the
ahead.
show?
Hard to get that nigga to quit talking, boy. Shit.
Oh, here we
Y'all talking
go.
about
Listen, it's hard to get you to get
the
that
love.
ugly picture off your page.
You talking about the love for turkey? What'd you say? You fascinated with
What?
my picture?
Nah, hell no.
What is going
Oh,
on around here?
Yo,
Hey,
you
give me
weird,
the two
bro.
cents
Yo,
off,
you a
guys.
weird
Hey, hey,
dude,
he
can I
said
bro.
something
say
about my
something to
picture.
Ty real quick?
Hold on. Go ahead, Cash Crypto. What you got?
Quit looking at my picture, nigga. This whole
Yeah,
love
all
for
right.
turkey.
Yo, you talk real
I
tough,
don't
bro.
understand
You
it.
wildin'.
Yeah, all right, calm down, little nigga.
Yeah, okay. I'm older than
Yeah,
you, and I'll slap the shit out of
you
you,
ain't
nigga, if
older
I
than me,
see you.
nigga. I'm older than
You
you,
come on,
crazy.
y'all.
boy.
Yeah,
I'm
Let's
older than you,
You are
man.
older.
Okay,
I'm your
Hey,
little
hey,
brother.
everybody,
Come on, man.
everybody,
I'm
Ah,
older than you,
Hey,
listen.
y'all
nigga.
chill out, man. Chill
Respectfully,
out.
Hold on. Do I need to
respectfully.
put
Nigga,
y'all in
shut your little
timeout?
ass up,
I
weirdo.
mean,
Yeah.
really,
Hold
everybody put their
on. All right.
AARP card away.
Listen, guys. I put you guys in the back. I'm gonna bring you back up. Everybody take a deep breath.
Yeah, let
Cash
me say
Crypto.
something to Ty.
I'm gonna let you get your 2 cents
Who
off,
is that?
and then Ray, you
All
can
right.
rebuttal
Okay.
or respond. Who said they wanted to say
Nah,
something? Was
that's
that Rich?
Rich. That's Rich.
All right, Rich. Cash Crypto. Go ahead, then Rich. I'm gonna let you go.
I just came.
Yeah,
Y'all,
and that's the rich on the.
y'all talking about turkey, man. I don't know if I got a problem with turkey, man. I see the nigga doing shady shit, like telling boxers, nigga, you down rounds and all this other fucking funny shit he be doing. He really throwing a wrench in the people that be gambling. It's like, shit, you got to think twice about even gambling on a turkey card, because ain't no telling what this dude might do to get the outcome he wants. That's shit. So I look at it different. People that showing all this extra allegiance to turkey is kind of weird to me. But you got a lot of weird
Mm.
people out here, so it is what it
Okay,
is.
Cash. So he's messing up your spread. Okay, we got it.
All right. Hey, so,
That
so,
is
hey,
a good point, though.
hey,
What
let me
Cash
say
It
something
Crypto
real
is.
quick,
said,
huh?
though.
Yeah, most gamblers is mad at his ass.
Messing with the money.
That
Uh-huh.
is that is a good point for real.
Very good point, though, that because you start manipulating the outcomes of the fight. You're also messing up with all the gambling around the world that's on those fights,
Hey,
and
but
that can
quick
bring a
question, right?
whole bunch of trouble your way.
Quick
Go
question
ahead,
with the
Rich.
with the, with the cash crypto guy. When you start feeling like this about Turkey,
Uh, Shit. Once it really, it got to me. One of the last straws was when he did that whole. Yeah, I was lying, you motherfuckers. I told y'all some bullshit, but it is what it is, motherfucker. When that's some straight dictator shit. People that buy up news and all this shit to pump their narrative. That's what dictators do. You
so
know what I
that's
mean?
what so that's what made you start thinking that he was
Yeah,
going
I
into the
didn't really,
fights and all that stuff. He was doing that with the fights.
I didn't really have too much of a problem with Turkey because he was giving me boxing matches. You know what I mean? So shit, I like boxing, but the more and more time goes by, the more shady this nigga looks, and it shit.
No, I'm saying, what made you start saying that you can't bet on this fight and all this type of shit that you was saying? What made
Oh,
you
you say
start saying
bet?
that?
Oh shit! When he got up there and told that Haraz dude, Shiraz, that he was down a couple rounds, like I'm not even gonna bet on no turkey cards, man,
Yeah.
unless I'm betting on who I know Turkey
Okay,
want to
okay,
win.
okay,
Shit, that's
okay.
the safe bet.
No, I
I'm gonna
was
say
just
that.
saying,
Say
Yeah,
it, Rick. My
but
bad.
I wanted to say something to Ty. Like, what fights Turkey ain't make that you like that? Like, what fights he ain't make? That's good.
Well, I mean,
Or what fights do you want to see? Matter of fact, what fights do you want to see?
well, the fights that I want to see are actually being made here, so I'm not really complaining about that. Let's get Tio back in the ring. Let's see who else hasn't fought in a while. Like I said, I don't mind him giving money to fighters who haven't fought in a while or who are struggling to get paid. It's just the other issues. Like I said, it just seems a little the way he came in the game, stating that he just loves boxing, he wants to make boxing better. Some of the moves that he's making, like I said before, inducting himself into the Hall of Fame, he has to be at the head of everything. You bought Ring Magazine just to spread propaganda and lies. These don't seem to me like the type of person who just loves the sport. It seems to me that he has a hidden agenda. And if that's the case, then I think we're all in trouble. I mean, like I
Right.
said, taking boxing out of the States, which is, like I said before, what do Canelo do? What do Pacquiao do? They came to the United States to fight. Why? Because America is where boxing counts. So why are you trying to now remove that from us?
So let me respond to this real
Let
quick.
me hold on. Let me
Hold on,
no.
hold on, let me,
She
Hey,
rebutted.
I asked a
She
question. Now you
rebutted
want me
me.
to
Hold
respond?
on, Hacker. She rebutted me. I wanted to ask her a question because the Hall of Fame that you mentioned was honorary. That's not even a real Hall of Fame membership, right? Let's start with that.
Thank
Two,
God.
you said Turkey. You said Turkey can said he loves the sport, but yet he's like basically taken away from the sport, right? Which both things can be true at the same time. But I think Turkey can show love for the sport. He can put his 2 cents in, and also be available to love the sport. He can be a fan, right? And just do it the different way as he sees as a fan. Here's a perfect example. I agree with Tank when he said Turkey needs to learn the game before he goes in there and starts doing things and manipulating the sport, right? And just because he loves it and he's a boxing fan doesn't mean that he can run it. So I agree with Tank in that. In so many words or less, he said that. I'm paraphrasing. So
Hmm.
yes, that is true. But at the same time, he can also love the sport and try to build the sport to make it great. And I think both things at that point can be true as well. But yeah, the Hall of Fame thing was bogus. You know what I mean? Everybody knew that was honorary.
But
But it's cool.
you
yeah,
just
Rocky
kind of
Balboa got voted
contradicted
into
yourself,
the Hall of
because
Fame.
how can he love the sport, but you just said manipulate certain things. So that's not really, I mean, if I
But
say I love you, then I whoop your ass. Do I really love you? You know what I'm
I
Yeah,
don't
saying?
know.
but you giving an
Some
ass
people,
whooping.
you can't speak on other people's feelings. I mean, if that's how their emotions are, no, they shouldn't be doing that, right? But there's
Listen,
people
babe,
that
you
do.
can be at home, say so, baby. I will call the number, but I don't. That to me just doesn't scream. I don't
Listen,
know. We
no,
got to see.
I'm not in abusive relationships or nothing like that. So when I'm keeping 100 is that's how people feel. That's what they feel. Some people love and fear. Some people love and joy. I don't understand any of that on their side. I love because I love my wife and my kids is genuine. And that's all I need to worry about right now. But as far as anybody else in their relationship, that's on them. If he loves the sport, and he's doing things like, and I'm saying manipulate, like not manipulating in a negative way. What I'm saying is he's manipulating ideas. He's taking ideas or free thinking in the sport. That's what I mean by manipulation. And it's things that have been done before that he liked. He may be encouraged to do it again. Those things are very likely to happen, and they're not bad things. Not all of them. Some of them are bad. That's why they was removed. Right? We're talking about Ali acts. We're talking about him moving outside of the country and bringing global fighters and new age fighters you never heard of. All those things are great, but yet understandable why they're frustrating all at the same time. So I get it 100%. So I just want to show, I just want to tell you, like, I get what you're saying, and I'm not mad at what anyone's saying up here. I agree and disagree on a lot of things, but I respect everyone's opinions because that's all we have to live with. We don't have all the facts yet. Until we get all the facts, we only giving our ideas and opinions. But
All
you
right,
know
let
what I
me
mean?
pass
I
the mic
appreciate
right.
it.
Hey,
Pass
you
the
know,
mic.
2 cents. I think you made a
When it
brilliant
comes
point.
to
2 cents in your debate. You made a brilliant point about this whole Turkey shit about him. If he really loved the sport, he would be creating infrastructure on getting future like the
What?
get the prospects getting the prospects ready. You know what I mean? So like, what's gonna happen
Building
to the
gyms and
prospects
stuff like that.
if he gets full of control and he's just doing all these big shows with all the big names? What about the prospects? Because they all these
yeah,
big names came
that's
Because
from
what
then
being
the
a
big
prospect
boxing
names
one
gonna
time.
tournament
run
for.
out. The big
So
names
remember,
gonna run
he's
out.
throwing a tournament. That's what that's for, right? So when you have a tournament, so many, there's gonna be like over 150 fighters who can compete and get their name out there. You know, so he is doing
But
things in
that's
that.
not how you. That's what I'm saying,
That
boxing
don't
hackers.
fix
That's
the
not
problem
how
though.
you
That's
get a
crazy
fighter
shit.
name out there. That's
No, it's
not
not
what
about
you
it.
But
do.
do
So
y'all
it
understand
is.
that?
So
That's
Do
not
no,
how
y'all
you
listen.
build a
Not
If you
prospect.
have
no,
a
it's
That's not how
not.
you
tournament,
build
Just
prospects.
no,
because
hold
you
on.
have a
If you have,
tournament don't mean your name gonna get out there. That's not how that works,
wait,
boxing
if you have a
hackers.
tournament, that means fighters that won't be on TV, on stream, or get a chance to be out there on stream, and that does get the name out
Then
You
there.
how
don't
is that
build
building the
prospects
sport
in
if he's
So
tournaments.
and
not
like
on the team?
it's still a
That's
step
not how
forward.
that works.
It's not you guys are making it like it doesn't mean anything, but it's a step forward in the right direction.
It's actually a
Also,
step
They're
back.
hi,
already doing that though. They're
Turkey
already putting
apologists,
fighters
man.
on
no,
You
right
no,
know,
but this
now.
Turkey
is a
apologists.
bigger scale though. It's not like
Why is it a
a
bigger
6-man
scale?
tournament. We're talking about like over 100 fighters.
It's an
Of,
excellence.
Why is
fighters
it a
that
bigger scale, boxing? That's what I'm
It's his
saying.
because there are
excellency.
more fighters
Turkey,
that are gonna be
Turkey,
part of this tournament.
Who
Turkey.
keeps saying that damn excellency crap?
Yeah, that's
That's
me, man.
that's the
I'm just
thing.
messing with.
What
I'm just
what
messing with
y'all
Why
gotta
are
Hackers.
you saying
understand is
that?
Turkey.
I was
Y'all
just
keep
messing.
saying Turkey not worried about making no money, but the fact the amount of money you making is equivalent to the exposure you're getting to your events. Boxing Hacker is sitting here telling me he's gonna put on this tournament and these fighters gonna get exposure, but he hasn't figured out how to get the eyes and things on his event, which is evident because of the money that he's not bringing in for his events. So it's not just about the money, it's about what the money represents. So if I'm going to be throwing a tournament with 150 fighters, but I can't get nobody to watch it, that's not going to be exposure.
So here's the thing about that, right? Here's the thing about that. So people do watch let's not act like nobody watches these events. There are a lot of boxing fans who watch these events. Now we're talking about casuals, who knows? But also, it's not just because I heard this comment about where Americans were boxing count. No, Americans not where boxing count. Boxing is a world sport. It happens. I mean, the UK's boxing is big. Japan, anyway, is big for boxing. There's a lot of places where boxing is big.
Who fought on Pro Box last week, bro? Like, you a casual. You don't really watch
boxing. So
that's boxing every day.
So is that some kind of red herring? I don't know. That's not even part of the topic. But anyway, so
you talk about something that you're not even a part of, man.
I didn't even make mention of myself, so I don't even know why that's even part of the topic.
Man, you can't figure
so anyway, so here's what I'm saying before I got really interrupted by the guy on the bottom right.
I know you not talking. I know you not talking.
Hey, 2 cents. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. Peace, love. Have a good night.
All right.
I gotta go to bed.
So I'm saying, like, we can't when we talk about steps in the right direction, we have to give pretenses. Like, we have to say, okay, like, it may not be the end all solution, right? But it's still a step in the right direction. And to act like it's not is unfair, you know?
Boxing Hacker, can you explain how it's a step in the right direction? If nobody's watching the fights, how is that growing the sport? It's not financially growing the sport. I don't understand that.
Hey, can I ask? Hey, wait, can I say something real quick? Hey, Boxing Hacker, hold on real quick. In any business, all types of business, man, you gonna lose money before you start making money. Like, so
exactly.
You gonna, like, all types of business, you gonna do that. So
yeah, but saying Turkey's not, he don't care about losing money is that whole theory is
I'm saying
calm down. That whole notion is killed by him even putting it on for a pay-per-view event. If he doesn't care about money, why is he charging niggas?
I mean, Uber has been around for years, but they just turned profit.
Hold on, shout out Dub, right side in the building. What up, Dub?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna call no specific names.
What up, Dub? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
They out of order, man. They out of order already. And I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep mine short. I'm gonna let them keep rocking, but we have to address some of the things being said because panel members are out of order right now. I'm gonna leave it at that. They out of order, damn. Somebody, we gotta have we're gonna correct this shortly. We're gonna correct it.
Hacker, keep on getting out of order. Keep on getting out of order.
Man, respectfully, you know, I mean, like, so. I forget what Ty. What was your question?
I asked you how it was growing the sport. If they're doing it basically in the backyard where nobody sees it, how is it growing the sport? You were attempting to explain. So go ahead.
Okay, sure. So when it comes to this whole financial thing, right? First thing we have to realize, nobody actually has these numbers. You know, people keep saying he's losing money or he's not losing money. We actually don't know. Those numbers are never released. A second part, even if you say there's some kind of diminishing return, you have to realize it's not what Saudi is doing is not as different than a promotional company in the US or maybe in the UK putting out fights. You know, they're not looking at it for like whether they have a positive gain or diminishing return. They're looking at it as a long-term investment, and their investment is based on what they want to gain out of it. You know. And so when you say that, they're already
but you do realize if you invest and you don't build it right, you won't get a return.
Yeah. So but it's still an investment. I always give this example. Uber just turned profit like last 2 years. They've been out for years.
No, they're not. This is boxing
because they had long-term investment. You know, like when you have long-term investment.
But Boxing Hacker, this is why. Hold on. This is why it don't make sense what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Because right now, and this is the point I was trying to make in the debate that I won and got overturned. Because right now,
Speak your
He's
truth, baby girl.
taking.
Speak your truth, baby girl. Speak your truth, baby girl.
Hey, I gave it to you 2-1. I gave it to you 2-1.
Speak your truth, baby girl.
To say never gonna forget. Hashtag never
He
forget.
said, well, that's
No,
just
I'm
an
playing.
echo in case you Mickey Friggies didn't get the memo.
I'm joking. I'm joking. But
Now go ahead, T-Sen. What you about
this
to say?
because right now Turkey's not building anything. He's plucking star fighters from everybody's market, right? He's plucking everybody's star fighters from their market and he's putting them in big fights using their names and their clout that their promoters have invested and helped them to build. Now, promoters, in my opinion, or I don't know, but I'm saying, are they going to continue to build stars for Turkey to pluck, or is Turkey going to have to build his own stars? Because if he's not working on building stars now, the money he's investing now, he won't see the return in the way I'm thinking, unless they completely change the entire structure and now they're making more of the money versus paying it out to the fighters, which is what it sounds like he's trying to do. How else will he get a return on that money?
Yeah, so I don't think the focal point is the stars, quote unquote, the stars or the superstars of boxing. I think it's the sport in general, right? Because when you look at what Saudi's doing, it's not just boxing in which they do it. They try to, engulf different sports, and
we're talking about boxing.
So the
yeah,
entity of boxing and improving boxing in Saudi means something to them. So
you got to move
and when you look at it,
I don't have no problem with my brother. I don't have no problem with the brother. I had no problem with him whatsoever. But damn it, hey, we be on the same side of arguments, and you make it that much more difficult for me to argue the damn point that we agree on.
Man,
you're making it tough for me.
Don't agree with me, brother. I don't even know what you're talking about.
So you're saying that he's doing this and he's done it with other sports and he has other sports. So what happened when they were in soccer?
Yeah, I get it. Like sometimes it doesn't work.
What happened when they were in
Here's the thing. At the end of the day, what's it doing for the sport? And if you look at what he's doing, it's sort of positive. Like a lot. Yes,
he's not really let's be honest though, Box Anchor. He's not really doing anything for the sport besides getting quote unquote. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's how is he doing anything for the sport?
I mean, we all know Turkey got all this money. He got all this money in the world.
Let's talk about guys.
So can I get a final statement before I leave? I gotta go.
All right.
Let me get my final statement. Just don't forget what 2 Cent stated a while ago, so y'all can continue debating about that. So my final statement will be for Ty. I would just like to comment on what she said earlier, which is pretty much, Turkey not making the fights in these other places. So Turkey's schedule this year, if you listen to his interview, he stated that his fights are going to be in several locations, right?
So we believe in him.
Huh?
We believe in him.
Yeah. So it's going to be in the UK, his proposed fight, I should say. So it's going to be in the UK, the US, and obviously Saudi Arabia, since he's putting up the bag for those fights. So fights got to be in Saudi Arabia. No matter how we want to twist this or not, fights are just going to have to be there. So that's that, and I just want to end it with this. Like, as a fan of the sport, right? Like, my focus is going to be on the fighter, right? The fighter and the competition. Right. Obviously, promoters play a big role in the sport, but what I believe and what I want to see is the excitement that Tank brings. Right. I want to see the skills and the heart that Shakur brings. Yeah. And business should just come second. And I'm just gonna end it with that. Peace.
Okay, you gotta go, so I'm not gonna rebut you. I'll see you on the next go round. We'll talk about this tomorrow.
Hey, shout out to my brother. Hey, teach my brother. That's my brother. He be out of order. He be out of order, but that's my brother right there.
I mean, you just like VA Money Group say the goal of this model is ultimate monopoly, and that's really what's the big concerning. That's all we saying, and we just paying attention. We watching closely. We criticizing, we this, we that. We're gonna do it. I mean, you can feel how you feel. We feel it ain't got nothing to do with Tank. It ain't got nothing to do with PBC. It don't got nothing to do with none of that. It's way deeper than that. Way deeper than that.
Yeah, everyone under one umbrella.
Well, this is the thing right here. This is the thing. So when it come down to Turkey, was he out of order? Absolutely, he was out of order this week. as far as with him checking on the scorecard, those type of things. But my whole thing, and I stand by this, I ain't got no problem with the fights he putting on. If you want to, and I love what you said earlier, 2 Cent, when you asked, are these promoters going to allow they fighters to keep getting picked by Cherry? Are they going to build, I say Cherry, excuse me, keep getting picked by Turkey? Are they going to build these fighters and let Turkey continuously pick them? They ain't got no damn choice. And let me tell you why. Because they making a bag off of what these fighters are making, just like anybody else is making the money off of it. So they're going to continue to do this. And you may see it in a way where, hey, Turkey is bad for the sport. I would disagree. I don't think that he's absolutely uncriticizable. I think we should criticize the hell out of him, man. I think we should critique him as much as we need to. But at the same time, the thing is he may not be putting on every major fight you want to see, but he's putting on better fight. And I would give you an example, very simply, the Tank Davis undercard versus or the Tank Davis card versus that card that we seen this past weekend. That card that Tank got, shout out to Tank, shout out to Antoine Russell. I'm rooting for Antoine. I want to see Antoine show out, but that can't hold the damn. It don't touch the card that Turkey just put on.
And it absolutely shouldn't, because he's working with 4 different promoters.
I agree.
It's not even no comparison.
We agree.
Great point.
So because we agree, hold on, last point. Because we agree on that, all I'm saying is that, I thought you made a hell of a point about building fighters. I thought that was one of your best points, and I think I brought that out in the debate. But my whole thing is, for Turkey, he ain't no damn promoter. He's not a promoter, and he's working with the promoters. So it's not his job to build fighters. But if he's gonna put on big fights, then I'm all for that. I'm for it.
Yeah, I agree. And shout out to everybody on the panel. Shout out to the right side on that. And shout out to my brother Cash Crypto, because we brothers now. We had our argument, so we good. But listen, everything y'all saying makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna tap out of here too, man. I just want to say, like, it's been a pleasure being up here with y'all.
Right.
The sport is, I was gonna leave my 2 cents, but you throw me off, it's okay. I want the frequent flyer treatment.
No, go ahead. I can't believe Freagle Flyer not even on here. Watch, he about to pop up. You say his name.
He got the Beetlejuice name. Call it.
Yeah.
Say it 3 times and show up.
Candyman shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want to say, you know what I mean, it's been a pleasure with everybody up here. Everybody has some good some knowledge and points that they make it. Even Boxer Hacker came through today with some great points. The rebuttals are great, and I mean it's I can't. That's what I'm just trying to get this out. But listen, I just want to say, listen, thank you all. You know what I mean. At the end of the day, I love this sport. I love you guys that talk about the sport. I love the different sides of it. To me, it's not a glorified barbershop conversations like some people made it out to be. This is real boxing fans talking about boxing. This is real boxing fans talking about their favorites and their sport and everything that goes along with it. And no matter what side that you're talking about or what you're defending or applauding. I just want to say that you guys are all awesome. Appreciate it. Love being up here at 2 Cents. You have a great channel. I love the fact that, you know what I mean? Love the fact that it's super neutral up here. And I can't say you have nothing but class over here. Nothing but class. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for coming up, Brad.
All right, great, man.
Hey,
Savage Killer Queen say, Ray, you were supposed to go back to work an hour ago.
Oh, Ray was caught up. He was caught up like us.
Listen, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing Live. Mess around and get you fired.
I ain't
live over here.
So this is what I wanted. This is the point I wanted to make. Oh, go ahead. My bad. Somebody said
that. Real quick, I was gonna say, W, you and these damn turkey lovers, y'all be cherry picking because it sound kind of crazy when y'all say, yeah, what he did was fucked up, but he put on some good cards.
At the same time,
what the fuck, man? Get the fuck out of here, man.
But hold on, Dub. But what about this? But let me ask you this, Dub. Okay, so. Because it's not just the card thing, right? People, like, some happen, we talk about it, then we move on. But we got to kind of group it together. Like, we going from the propaganda thing to the card thing. Like, what's up? Like, what's going on? Is we going to the, you trying to pressure fighters into signing fights and making fights? Then probably like it's not a lot of good things we hearing.
What's the so when you say the propaganda thing to the what do you break that down for me real quick?
Well, when he came out and was like, "Oh, you know, the last 48 hours, everything I said was a." He said everything he said was a lie with the whole Canelo thing. You remember that?
He was out of order.
And that's the problem with these turkey lovers, man.
I called him out of order for that. I called him out of order for that.
But that's what I'm saying. We got okay. So how many times in can you be out of order, Dub?
Well,
before
listen,
you kind of be like, before it kind of raise the eyebrow, like damn, like how many times can you be out of order for you broke?
2 cents. Now I'm gonna say this respectfully. I didn't watch. I didn't watch Oscar De La Hoya be out of order too many times to count. I don't watch Eddie Hearn be out of order too many damn times to count. I can't say Al Heyman. I don't know if I didn't even see Al Heyman say a damn word, respectfully. I can't say I didn't see him be out of order, but I done seen all these folk be out of order on a regular basis, multiple times, and we still tune into the damn fights.
Isn't that amazing? Those are the same two promoters that's over there with him. That's
nobody's seen Al Heyman for years.
But when you out of order with that much money and power.
It's a different kind of out of order. He pissed off. Turkey will piss on
y'all think money and power. No, it's the same out of order. He out of order.
It's not even because once you have power, you have a different scale. You have a different scale of out of orderness. If I do say so myself.
Hold on, wait a minute. So now we rating how far niggas are out of order.
We're rating how out of order they can get. We rating how out of order they can get.
Well, y'all before I can speak on it, now y'all got to give me the damn scale. Even know what the scale is.
You know, if you got the power and you doing stuff like that, think about it, man. They came into before the fights even got there. It was shady's goings on. It was a lot of stuff that was happening that was out of order, like you say.
And that don't happen. That don't happen on regular fight cards.
Not to the scale.
I went to the damn Josh Norman Hackett fight, and I seen a lot of out of order shit going on.
Let me ask you a question, Doug. Let me ask you a question, Doug. Right?
That's black prawn.
It got to a point.
I'm just saying it happened with everybody.
But listen, MTK Global got so out of order that they are banned from the United States.
From the States.
They're banned.
Absolutely.
MTK Global, which a lot of people believe is connected to Turkey. But my point is, yes, you can be that out of order at this time period. The MTK Global thing ain't from the 60s. That's brand new. So we got to stop acting like it's not a possibility for any type of side corruption type things to be going on.
But I mean, you can speculate.
I literally said there's a possibility, especially the term that I use. Shout out to Fannie Willis, Fannie, respectfully. I'm from Georgia, so the term that I used was an odor of mendacity when Turkey went and did what he did, right? And that's the same thing the judge claimed in that situation. All I'm saying is, yes, I do think there's an order of mendacity there, and I think the man is out of order. But my whole thing is this. He's still, even with him being out of order, and I believe a lot of the other promoters are out of order as well, but he's still putting on better cards than them. And at the end of the day, I think the boxing is a corrupt sport. Do I agree with that? No, I disagree with it, and I'm going to call it out. But I want to see the damn fights. I'm selfish. I'm very selfish as a boxing fan. I will tell you.
The integrity of the fights is killed though with all his fuck shit.
Well, if that's the case, then every fight, every promoter who put a card on that. If that's the case, every promoter who put a card on, they ain't got no damn leg to stand on because they done all had corruption in their shit as well. You can't say that.
Yeah. So here's the thing about that, right? It's okay to speculate. I always say, like, if you want to speculate this and that, that's fine. But the problem comes full circle when you start fear mongering about it, right? Like there's no actual
fear mongering or bringing awareness.
Fear mongering. So like we start saying, if you go over there, you're gonna get robbed.
Fear mongering is the wrong word.
he's very corrupt.
Nobody's doing that, but there is a chance you can get robbed.
Hold on,
So
Can I put this on the record?
Can I put this?
I want to put this on the record on your
get
show.
unfair judging, you know.
I want to put this on the record, 2 Cent.
Hold on 1 second.
You out of order, Dub.
Yeah, you're out of order.
And I'm gonna be out of order in this situation. I gotta say this.
All right, brother.
I think that what Turkey did, and this is how egregious I do believe it is. Even though he giving me the fights, and I still want to see the fight. How
you already minimized it, nigga.
Hold on, wait a minute. You out of order. Now you out of order. I think that Tank Davis, what Turkey did give Tank Davis 100% credence to what he said when he said that if I go over there, shit, I gotta work. I gotta get the damn. Even though I think shit, he a knockout artist. He's supposed to get the stop according to y'all, but I think that decision that Turkey made, I think it gives Tank 100% credence on what he said in that situation, because we watched this man literally go up there and do something to rob a fighter. We watched it happen. So if Tank, I said before, I was like, man, Tank out of order. Tank ain't out of order when he said it now. I want to put that on the record. I think that what happened gives Tank 100% credence in this situation.
But people act like people don't want to go. Hold on, but this is the thing though. People act like people don't be iffy about going overseas because they feel like they could be, the judges. It could be some corruption or something going on. So why are we acting like people talking about going to Saudi is something that's just like, oh, he just ducking. He don't want. No, people they didn't want Earl Spence to go fight Kell Brook over there because they thought he might get cheated. We was talking about Devin Haney going over there to fight Cambosis because we feel like you might get cheated because you're in a whole nother country. It's not.
No, but that's because somebody has home field advantage. It's a little bit different, right? So when Devin Haney went to Australia,
exactly. So now nobody got no home advantage. It's all about your guy. That's his point. It's even worse, boxing hacker, because nobody has home advantage. So it's you. This is you put this together. This is your guy.
Shit, Muslim got home field advantage over there.
That's not necessarily true. Like if you look at his, like I said, all you have to do is look at the fights. Like Tyson Fury was let's get Turkey's guy, and he lost both fights to Usyk.
Let me ask this question real quick.
So when we say like he's gonna, and Usyk won on the card, he didn't win by knockout.
So boxing hacker, you think he's gonna do it with? Hold on. So you think he's gonna do it with every single fight, boxing hacker?
So there's no proof that he's gonna cheat people. Like we're speculating.
There's no proof. Nobody's gonna cheat people, boxing hacker.
It's not about the proof that he's gonna cheat people. It's that we've seen the corruption.
If there was proof he was gonna cheat people, you'd be caught.
The people that he wants to win lose. So like, there's no evidence that leads me to believe that. Oh,
so how would you describe the situation with Hamza and Adames? How would you describe that?
The optics of it looks bad, right? I said that. I also said like it's similar to what happened when Floyd went to tell.
I didn't ask what it was similar to. I didn't ask that.
I said the optics. So to answer your question directly, I said the optics looks bad.
Not even
right. Okay, man. Wait, hold up, man. We're not gonna have you dominate the show, bro. Ty, go ahead and say what you was gonna say.
Oh no, I was just about to ask boxing hacker. Don't you try to say that every fighter Turkey wanted to win won?
No, that's not true. Tyson Fury lost. Bivol lost the first fight. That's not true.
When did you ever hear the Turkey say Tyson Fury is my guy?
He said that. He said that prior to the fight. No,
he did.
This last time?
He said he won. He literally had an interview talking about, my guy's gonna beat you. They literally had like a joint interview talking about that.
I'm talking about this last part, hacker.
Look at VA Money Group. VA Money Group. Click the link. He say Turkey is putting on too many UK fights and billing them as great fights. Like this card that was the best card of the century.
It was a great card.
I disagree with the best card. I disagree with it being the best
card of the century, and did it sell like it was the card of the century?
No, it wasn't no damn card, no damn century.
Top to bottom, wasn't it?
But
what card is better?
This was the best card this far this year?
This card this year? Yeah.
This was the best card this year?
Probably so.
Yes, absolutely. This year.
Hell no.
What was the better card then?
What was a better card?
Benavidez and
Benavidez card.
Y'all out of order. Security. They out of order. They out of order.
The
Y'all out of
Law
order
versus
with that one.
Victoria
Plus,
main
everything
event
he did
was better
diminished
than
it diminished the
Y'all out of
card
order.
anyways.
Hold
the
on. Now, if you
versus
want to get into
Victoria
something else, Cash, I
undisputed.
understand that. They say no. At this current moment in time, no. That's the
No,
best
yeah, you
card
can't.
of the
That's
year.
not.
That's
That's not
definitely the
even.
best.
That's not
That's
even
definitely the
within
best card of the
the
year.
realm of possibilities right
I
now.
mean, you take
So
away all
on
the fuck
paper,
shit, it
it
could have
might have
been.
been, but on productivity, it was not. It didn't
You out of
perform
order.
like a.
You out of order.
It did not
How?
perform
All
like
right,
the.
all right.
The
Do
man.
you
And it
Tom?
was
Which
Do you want to
biased.
do? Do you want to do that, Tom? We can do it. We can do it, Mr. Chapman.
Law versus Victoria was a better fight than Morrell versus
Let's
Benavidez.
compare the fight. Let's compare the fights, Mr. Chapman. Respectfully.
There were so many fights. It's just a fully stacked card. You can't even compare it.
So which fights lived up to the hype? Which fights lived up to the hype?
The
Hold
Law
on.
versus
It ain't,
Victoria was a
wait
good
a minute.
fight.
It ain't about living up to the hype. It's the best fights. And
Which fights were the best?
I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you now. So first off, the Bawasi Callum Smith.
Yeah, that was a
Fantastic.
fire fight.
I got you. I you know I ain't gonna lie to you, Mr.
Hey,
Chapman.
Mr. Greg.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
I'm out of order. Am I out of
No,
order?
no.
No, go ahead, Dub. Go ahead.
The Callum Smith Bawasi fight, fantastic fight. The Zane fight versus Carbayel, even though I picked Carbayel to win it, I seen a lot of folks pick against him, and I think that made it to be that much more of a fight, especially with him getting knocked down, getting up, and stopping Zane to the body. Then the Virgil versus Madrimal fight, I thought that was a hell of a fight. No, excuse me, I almost said Keyshawn. Shakur versus Padley, it was what it was. Shout out to Shakur.
Fight though. Yes,
Hey, he did what he was supposed to do. He did what he was supposed to do. It wasn't no great. That wasn't no great fight to me. That wasn't a great fight to me.
Really?
Me personally. But
Boxing hacker. So hold on. Boxing hacker. Padley versus Shakur was a great fight to you.
No, I don't.
I thought it was actually fun because Padley came in the ring and he let all and loose.
Don't defend it.
Okay, I just want hold on. I'm gonna let you go, but go ahead, Dub, because I gotta hear this. Go ahead, Dub.
No. Hacker, don't defend this, man.
No, I like the fight.
Nigga says the dumbest shit, man.
You know, I get Padley was a late replacement, but he came to fight though. I mean, you gotta give it to the brother, and I think Shakur demonstrated really superior boxing skills. I thought it was a really good fight.
Really supreme boxing skills.
Very superior, yes.
And the man that took the win on damn selves. Y'all go ahead. I don't have nothing.
Nigga don't know shit about boxing.
I can't even argue this shit no more when a nigga say some shit like that.
No, so when I say superior boxing skill, Shakur's positioning was phenomenal. His distance control was great.
You out of order, man.
You
out of order.
Yeah, man.
You out of order.
All right.
You out of order.
It was really good. And then you have Padley, who was
Stop talking, please, sir.
fast hand.
You embarrassing yourself.
Mute this
Bro,
nigga.
I don't have to agree with you, Dub.
Because to me, man, it sounds like a lot.
You don't have to agree. I don't know. What are you talking about?
Well, ask the other participants if they think the same as me. I don't know.
Yeah,
hey, look. 2 Cents say, does Turkey want to be all in the videos, all on TV dancing? Yes, he do. Yes, he absolutely does.
Hey, did you see the press conference between Ben and Eubanks?
Oh yeah, wasting all them damn eggs.
Shout out to the egg slap, man. Shout out to the egg slap.
Hey, he pissed off. He pissed off Conor Ben. It took like 4 people to hold him back. Hey, I'm telling you what though, I couldn't imagine somebody slapping me in the face with an egg. It's like I'm not letting it go. I'm not letting it go.
Not at all.
Hey, we got to fight after that. We got to fight immediately.
Not at all.
Immediately for real.
They can
post these damn days.
They gonna have to have the national whatever they got for their army.
All right.
It's gonna have to be between them.
Shout out VA Money Group on the panel. Listen,
Yo,
damn, I
my
haven't
man,
even
boy.
said this. Listen, if you're listening, you're new here, punch that like and subscribe button. Be sure to let me know and drop it below your 2 cents in the chat. Make sure you punch that like button if you're in the building. You can always support the channel and the Cash App at 2 Cents Boxing, or you can always hit the super chats. We got VA Money Group on the panel. VA Money Group, what's your 2 cents and what you got for the show?
What up, Brody? You on mute, nigga.
Niggas
Damn,
diabolical,
Cass.
bro.
Yo,
Caps is just an aggressive young brother.
Yeah. Hey, bro,
I
you
ain't say nothing
let's go
aggressive.
to
I am aggressive though.
This dude said,
let's
bro,
go to
you nigga.
So my opinion, man, is Turkey. Like the card wasn't a great card. It was okay. Like I like boxing. I like the fights. It was okay, but I think a lot of the fans, the fight that they're talking about the most that they liked was like Callum Smith and Buatsi, and like I think that's par for the course when you're dealing with Turki Alalshikh, because you got to understand his two top players, as far as promotion is concerned, is Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn. You know what I'm saying? So those are two UK promoters. And honestly, like, not to be on some like pro black stuff, because I'm never really on pro black stuff, but like, dog, UK fighters are not as good as American fighters. They're not as good as Mexican fighters or Puerto Rican fighters or none of that.
Hey, bro, it's okay to be pro black. It's okay to be pro black.
I'm about to say.
No.
No.
He anti-black, bro.
This nigga was capping anyway. He's definitely pro-black.
No, y'all misunderstanding them. Y'all misunderstanding them.
When you say pro-black, understand that that's an industry. Like there's some Marxist shit when you say pro-black. Like I'm for, you know what I'm saying, my group. You know what I'm saying? No question. But pro-black is like some weird stuff.
Man, I did a whole show about Trump earlier tonight. So hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, that boy love. He be caping for Trump. But go ahead, BA.
Go ahead, BA money.
So my opinion is that it's all hype, right? Turkey, that like there. First of all, in boxing in general, it's not enough talent in boxing for boxing to be made like this great sport, like it used to be anyway. You know, a lot of the talent that used to be in boxing that made boxing so great was all from America. It's all African American fighters. All the glamour divisions, 135, 147, 154, 168, all of that used to be loaded with, guys that you don't even remember no more, but that they made it the sport exciting, heavyweights and stuff like that. Now you got all UK heavyweights and nobody gives a damn. You got two guys fighting for undisputed, right? And I looked it up. It said that Zone sold 1,000 pay-per-views for the first Bivol and Bertervia fight. So nobody cares. You know what I mean? And it's like you said earlier that like there's not enough eyeballs on these Riyadh seasons. He's not doing what he said he was going to be doing. You know what I mean? Like nobody cares about what he has going on. Yeah, that's my opinion.
No. Before you close out.
You say 1,000?
No, I mean, first off, they don't release numbers.
Yeah, you said
so wherever you get those
sold
numbers
1,000
from,
Google Bivol versus Bertervia.
No, I believe you.
They don't release numbers. The Zone doesn't release numbers, man.
They release numbers when they're good numbers, nigga.
It's not about because they're a private company.
Hacker. This is what you got to understand: is that in order to buy a DAZN pay-per-view, you also got to be subscribed, right?
Sure.
So you're paying 2 times. How many people do you know are going to subscribe so that they can buy a pay-per-view?
I can't say.
Man, DAZN was releasing Canelo's numbers when they were good.
When you say numbers, they don't release numbers. They're a private company.
They have before, nigga.
They have not.
They have before. They released some of Canelo's numbers when he was over there fighting.
They have never released numbers.
When they're good numbers, they release them. When
they release projections. People get confused with projections. When somebody says they made over 10,000 buys, that's a projection. That's not numbers. But numbers are
Boxing Hacker. You can look at things like Google Trends. You can look at things like views on these videos. And you know what? I hate to bring this up.
Bring it up.
I'm not trying to throw nobody under the bus, but
don't throw them under the bus.
It's 2 cents after dark. You know what I'm saying?
Go
ahead.
Hold on, we have the dog. Okay.
Oh, we have the dark, baby. And you know what happens in the dark ain't coming to the light. So let's go on and get it in the dark then.
Let's go on and get it in.
I'm seeing some of these channels with 50,000 views, 153,000 views. How are you getting this on one video about something for Riyadh season?
It's possible. Why not?
50 is way too.
Negro, please, Boxing Hacker. You know that.
My point I was trying to make with that is
they call it the tree algorithm.
When you look at the videos
Yeah.
of these fights, they not getting traction and views like that. That stuff not going viral and things like that. And I know people like, oh well, y'all keep acting like America is the only blah 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 blah. Okay, cool. If we're saying here, people not watching that, people not buying that, and y'all are saying, oh well, people other places are buying it, then doesn't that mean that he's taking it away from us?
America.
Doesn't
So
that when
the
he's
world.
putting it on at a time that's not convenient for us to watch it?
Yeah, but
Doesn't that mean it's being taken away? And then you're saying, okay, well, it's only like 2 Americans on the car. Okay, cool. Then just let those Americans fight over here. Then
so here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. When
Whenever
say
you start a sentence like that,
us,
we know
right?
you coming with some nonsense.
So wait,
But go
wait.
ahead.
We say us. We're just a populate. We're the U.S. Right? So like, if it's a good time for us, it's gonna be a bad time for another country. Is that also true? Like, it's always the same thing. Like, it's a world sport. Like, if they fight somewhere else, yeah, the times may be weird, but it is what it is. If we want to watch Inoue, you're gonna watch a fight
but
in the
does
morning
the
time.
fighter? But why? But fighters don't have. You keep saying it's a world sport, but fighters, you don't need. If the goal is to make money, you don't need to go around the world to do that.
Every
Fighters make
sport,
money
No,
here
but
in
bro.
America.
if it's a world, if you have a world title, if you have a title that says world title, world champion, you should have the ability to go to different parts of the world and fight. There's
Why?
nothing
If my
wrong with that.
fans are here, the people that are gonna come pay to see
You
me
don't
are
just have
here.
as it's a world title. It's not the American championships.
But
Like
my
Well,
fans are here.
we have this
Shakur
like
got booed in Saudi,
superiority
boxing
complex
hacker.
where we think that boxing only matters in America. That's not true. Boxing matters
Boxing hacker.
in a lot of places.
Shakur
Yes.
got booed in Saudi. Can somebody even tell me why they were booing him? I don't even understand why.
Yeah, I
Why
because
did
think
they
they boo
love them to
because
Shakur in
think
Saudi?
that.
I think because Pally, I don't know, maybe they like Pally. Maybe Pally brought some fans with him. I've not really. Pally
Like
say he
I
brought
have
fans with him.
no idea why he got booed. I felt like that was very disrespectful. Like what the fuck?
That
Like
was
why are y'all booing
disrespectful.
me?
Yeah,
The
That was
crowd
Why
was
are
nasty.
y'all
cheering.
booing
The
me?
crowd was cheering
Shakur
on
doesn't get a
Padley
fair
too.
shake. So he's one of those fighters that fights really well, but doesn't get a fair shake. You know, I
Big
think what
Hanos.
happens when you're a boxer and you win, oh, you always win. Like people can't touch you. Like they don't give you a fair shake. Hence, like Regan Diao happened to him. He'll outbox people
Boxing hacker.
and
No,
they'll
I
have
hear
no
what you're
chance.
saying, but why were they booing Shakur in Saudi? To me,
That's,
like, why are y'all booing me? Like,
The
I don't
sad part is,
understand.
the sad part is Shakur don't even got 5,000 fans to go watch him fight, man. Shit crazy, man.
but it doesn't change his skill set though. Shakur's still a skilled fighter.
He is a skilled
You
fighter.
can say he's
And
not
then
He
they
popular,
is.
was
but he's
booing
still.
him after he won. Like, I don't understand why he
I
was
don't.
getting
I don't
booed.
understand.
Nobody
I
can
don't
answer.
understand that perspective either. I
So
can
let
just
me
say
let me go back to
he
my
doesn't have
question.
a fair shake.
Why is Turkey so goddamn good for the sport? What is he doing that's making it like a
So he's
benefit
breaking
to us
barriers.
and for you guys to cape him the way that you cape him?
So he's breaking barriers. For instance, a lot of these
Look what I
fights
tell
might not
y'all.
happen.
What I tell y'all. See, said his name twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, my man showed up. Big Hanos in the house.
He's breaking barriers. Like a lot of these fights will have been because wouldn't happen because of promotional, promotional discrepancies and stuff.
So
And
he
then
bring
he
Hey,
does
but which
allow
fight?
fighters.
Which fights are you talking about? You say a lot of these fights. Which fights are you talking
Yeah,
about
yeah. So
specifically?
like you look at these cards, they had like promotional company versus promotional company fights. This will never have happened without Turkey. So
I
like
did like that.
yeah, like these things wouldn't have happened without him. Like so, and then he's also has plans for the future that seem very interesting. Will they be good or not? We'll see. Like open scoring might be a thing. A lot of people like open scoring. He's looking into that. He's also looking at, like I said, tournaments. I think tournaments will be great. So other
But
fighters.
Mr. Greg just told you why they got rid of the open. That's what I'm saying. Like they
Yeah, I
get rid of
hear that,
things for a
but
reason, and then you want to bring them back. If you bring back the open scoring, then you're gonna get more of what you don't want, which is the running around, because fighters gonna be able to see that they're up.
Can't
right,
argue with some
right,
people, man.
right. So I hear that, but at the end of the day, you still have a group of people that like the idea of open scoring. So like people don't, they feel like it's more fair. More people complain about people getting robbed in fights. So
They like
like,
the idea.
You're alluding to something.
Boxing hacker, they
like
like the idea, but they probably have never seen a
Mr.
fight
Greg is back.
that has open scoring. If you watch some of those fights, you'll realize how bad they become once because even your corner is telling you, hey, we got the fight. Just stay away, run
yeah,
around, throw a jab here and there. And
No, I get that, but they do that now anyway, right?
huh?
Like, that still happens now, even without open.
Yeah, but when
Maybe
you
it
know
doesn't have
you
to
can
have
win
the
that way because
experience,
you done
right?
seen the
Let
sport,
Mr.
it
Great
makes a
talk, nigga.
difference.
You know, so it's. I mean, he's doing great. I think he's doing a lot of good things that people. I don't know. To me, just doing good things. Like a lot of fighters getting paid. I hear this thing about they're B side fighters. Who the hell is the A side? like what are we talking about? Like if only one fighter or two fighter A side fighters, then that means the rest of boxing is not getting paid.
Well,
Like why?
it's rumors that Shakur got paid 2.8 million for the fight, and then we know Terrence
Yeah.
Crawford got paid 2.5 million for his fight that he had.
2.1.
Where's all this money? Like it seems like they're getting paid what they was been getting paid.
Yes, Shakur
I
took a
don't know
pay
exactly
cut.
what
Top
Core
Rank
got
was
paid.
paying that nigga more than 2.1 million.
But I will say this: I don't know. We don't know exactly what Corey got paid, right? But I'll say this: it was enough incentive for him to take that fight openly. So, like, I do think that whatever it was good incentive for him, just like it was good incentive for Bud. And Bud is about his money. So, like, we can say where's the money at? But they're not complaining. And that's the
I'm
reality
not
that
saying
we
they
have.
are complaining. I'm just asking. I'm not saying anybody is complaining. Like somebody was like, "Oh, Shakur getting 7 million for this fight," and it's
He
like,
might have. He might be
like,
getting
why?
5.
And that's what I'm
He's
saying.
gonna
Why
be
are you
hurt.
paying Shakur Stevenson 7 million to fight Padley, boxing hacker? How much you think he gonna have to get paid to make the Tank fight?
Why?
See, this is the
Why?
problem.
So here's my problem there, right?
If that's true, if
to say like he gets paid a lot, why do we worry about it? What's wrong with that?
So that's one of the good things, right? Because he can pay the fighters, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, why
But
not?
that's the one thing that you criticize Al for in the PBC, is that
I
they
didn't.
pay the fighters.
So let's clarify something. I personally didn't criticize Al, right? When I said that there are similarities between Al Heyman and Turkey. There's similarities between PBC and Riyadh season. First and foremost, they're both shows. They're both TV shows. PBC, Premier Boxing Championships, is a show. Riyadh season is a show. They're both shows.
All right, somebody didn't tell boxing hacker it's a show. He gonna keep repeating.
Well, first of all, Boxing Hacker, you lied. You lied, Boxing Hacker, because when we were talking earlier,
Al
you
Heyman
did say that Al Heyman got sued because he's overpaying fighters. You said
yeah,
That's what he said before, yeah. But that's a good thing for Turkey, though.
The truth. He did get sued. There were also people saying that because he was overpaying fighters, that fighters were fighting less because they were making enough money not to have fight as much, and it was hurting the actual sport. So that's also true. Those were words being used.
He did not get.
I personally said it.
Fighters boxing.
I said it. I didn't personally said it. I'm just regurgitating what was being said back then.
You should know that as a grown up to do that.
All right, I want to thank everybody. Hold on.
Fighters, though.
I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight on 2 Cents After Dark, my second 2 Cents After Dark show. Glad everybody showed up today. Y'all requested me to do another one after last week, so I may do one a week. I'm gonna see how I feel in the morning when I get up. But I'm gonna go around the panel, let everybody get their final 2 cents. VA Money Group, I'm gonna let you close me out. Dub Right Side, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
I'm gonna tell you 2 cents. You start this late night shit, and it take a toll on you. It take a toll on you. It take a toll. But it's when you have a lot of fun doing it. You have a lot of fun doing it.
Absolutely,
man. Great show. Anytime I get a chance to rock with you, you know what I'm saying. I'm going to. I think you have an incredible boxing mind, and so and I just be honest with everybody on the damn. I love to listen to women more than I love to listen to niggas. So I say that respectfully.
That was very disrespectful the way you said it.
Well, if you took that as disrespect, then that's a personal problem. Respect.
Wild guy, though.
Hey, but it is what it is, man. Great show. Anytime I get a chance, like I said, I'm gonna rock with you. Y'all keep it up, man. Keep doing y'all thing. Much love and respect. Catch me, man. Catch me over at Dub Right Side. Make sure y'all sub to the channel. We do late night all the time. So, man, y'all make sure y'all sub to the channel.
Y'all hit up Dub Right Side. I don't know if you could drop your link in there, Dub. I don't know if you wrenched up over here. Thomas Hill, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Well, to me, I think that unfortunately we do a lot of talking on these panels, and we do a lot of talking on these channels, and a lot of times we interject emotion and our personal preference in things instead of common sense and logic. And oftentimes when we talk and discuss common sense and logic, it gets conflated as somebody's choosing to rock with a certain side. But in this case, we can clearly see that the people who really say that Turkey is doing phenomenal things for boxing don't have the things that he's doing that is very phenomenal. And likewise, it's usually people who have something bad to say about how PBC is conducting business. The thing is, I want to see the fights. Whatever makes the fights happen, I'm down for it. But at the same time, I want the fighters to be respected in all things. And I think that we lose respect for the fighters oftentimes in these discussions and in these things. But I'll conclude with this. In order for anything to bubble over there in Saudi or with Turkey, two things is going to have to happen. One, Canelo. Two, Tank. When you see them two on one of his cards, you will see them numbers fly and they will soar. And then it will truly be an event that people will talk about. But until then, it's just something else that's generic, like Flavor Aid is to Kool-Aid. And on that note, shout out to Sense because she put together the platform where we could talk at night and discuss things after dark. Shout out to everybody that came up on the panel. Shout out to the champ. And when I leave, I'm going to leave with one thing that VA Money Group said. He said that they are increasing the market share of Saudi brand within boxing. And I believe that's the ultimate goal for them. Nothing more, nothing less. And I'm out.
Shout out Thomas Hill. Thank you for coming up.
Shout out.
Boxing Hacker, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yo, great show, 2 cents, and salute to the panel in the chat, and special salute to the face of boxing, His Excellency Dragon Ball Turkey. And
Don't get kicked off of here, Boxing Hacker.
I get it, man. I get it. Like there's all this like, oh, what Turkey's gonna do next? It's too good to be true. This and that. And like I said before, it's okay to speculate. To wonder like, is this like what's the long term effect? My only thing is that I think people need to come into it with a little bit more of an open mind. Don't be too quick to demonize Saudi or Islamic religion or Turkey. Like I think we should like look at it from like a more like open-minded perspective. Because right now, if we take Turkey out of the picture, boxing is sort of suffering. So at the end of the day, like I think right now what he's doing is really a positive thing for the sport. And with that, I just want to say, yeah, I'm out, and shout out to my special person Ty. See y'all later, okay?
Bye, Hacker.
Bye, Ty.
All right, Boxing Hacker.
It's safe to say he
Boxing
wouldn't
Hacker
get
got
no.
a new swag about himself. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
I know y'all see.
No, we don't.
Yeah, it's safe to say he still ain't getting Ty's number.
Mr. Greg, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Okay, well, first, forgive me for popping up like I did with no shirt on. It was embarrassing. But I love the chat. The boxing after dark is the right thing, but make sure that you don't burn yourself out, because you out there, you busy. People know you. They want to come on and see you. And I know you want to please all your fans, but pace yourself. Don't burn out yet. I
Right.
like huh? What did you say?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I said
No, I didn't say
like
nothing.
Okay. I like the panel today. It was fun as always. Will you be on Friday? She must can't hear me, or I can't hear her. One. Well, I guess we'll see you Friday. But again, I just enjoy everybody. It's good to see y'all at the After Dark, and hopefully we will keep doing this at least once a month, if nothing else. But it was a good show today. Keep doing your thing. We still got to talk about the debate. But where's 2 Cent at? Has she left the
2
Okay.
Cent. You here?
Yeah, I don't think she can hear me.
Can y'all hear
'Cause
me?
I see it.
Can you
Well, I
hear
hear
us?
you
Hello?
now. Yeah,
Can
I
you
hear
hear
you
us?
now.
Hello?
Can you
Yeah.
hear us?
I can hear y'all. Yeah, I can hear
Okay, I
y'all.
didn't think you hear because
I
I
can hear
kept
y'all.
trying to get your
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
okay. Yeah, but that's definitely keep doing this, but pace yourself well, and it's good to see everybody, and you know, I enjoyed it tonight, and hopefully I'll see y'all Friday.
Good night, Mr. Greg.
All
Good
right,
night, dear.
Mr. Greg. Thank you
All
for
right.
coming up.
Okay.
Good night.
All right.
All right, Cash Crypto. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yo, it's always fun chopping up with y'all. Everybody on the salute to everybody that was on the panel except
Hello?
Boxing Hacker, man. Uh, look, Hacker is a prime example of why everybody shouldn't be allowed to reproduce, man. So for all the ladies listening, if you run into a nigga that sound like him, don't do it. Everybody have a good night.
All right. Ty, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the
Ooh,
show?
this was a great show. I love these shows as well. The 2 Cents After Dark is amazing. Hopefully you feel okay in the morning and you'll continue. Ugh. Discussing the whole Turkey situation. I mean, I guess it just depends on who you're talking to, if he's good for boxing, if he's not good for boxing. I'm yet to see, how good he will be as of right now. I mean, if people say he's putting on the shows they want to see, then I guess he's putting on the shows they want to see. But I would just, keep my eye on the situation. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, people that don't care about losing money is I always have to take notice of them. To see what they really have going on in their real agenda. But other than that, you guys have a good night. And thanks for letting me on the panel.
All right, Todd. Thanks for coming up. VA Money Group, close us out. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
And it's 2 channels. But yeah, so perspective. Yeah, I think it depends on perspective. Like from an American boxing fan perspective, I don't really like what he's doing. He did. I feel like he's making American boxing irrelevant, just like what you say. And he's making British boxing more relevant. And I've seen that he's doing something with Monster Inoue. And like I had like people, they're not aware of like the most important factors in boxing today, which is like the performance enhancing drugs and the drug testing protocol. I talk about it all the time, but it's really a serious thing because now you have fighters that probably won't be that good, but because they can take, drugs and stuff like that and not get drug tested properly, then all of a sudden the top fighters, and if you want to see like two like guys that look clean fight each other, you can go back to the 64, gold medal match for the heavyweights and watch Joe Frazier knock some tough, Russian out. Or you can watch the 1968 gold medal match in the Olympics and watch a 19-year-old George Foreman knock out a tough Russian. All of a sudden, these guys have the punching power of Greek gods or whatever like that. You got Petreviev with the testosterone levels of 16 men combined, and he's 40, right? And and then when you look in the chat, like I know like over half of the people that the comments that you read in these comment sections are going to be bots. I know that, but like the narratives that they're pushing is that, what I'm saying, black fighters suck. Devin Haney is, pillow fisted fighter. Shakur Stevenson is boring. Now you see guys in real life being influenced by this, Twitter and whatever the social media is, and they're booing this guy, right? And it's weird because in the UK, you never like not just the UK. There's nowhere else on earth where you see this kind of behavior, right?
But he was in Saudi getting booed, though. He wasn't in America.
Not what I'm saying. Well, I'm okay with that. I don't really care about Saudi. What I'm saying is you've seen American fighters get booed in America while facing foreign fighters. And for me, that is somewhat due to like social media influence, right? And I know that like there's like, so I explained this before on another one of your shows, like they have like bot farms, right? So in China and also in India, they have bot farms. So like that's where a lot of these AI bots like come from. They come from like bot farms, and they push narratives, but these narratives run in line with the powers that be, right? So a guy like Turki Alalshikh, all the bots love him, right? And he has channels and stuff like that he's paying, and they say nothing but nice things about him and stuff like that. And they're saying negative stuff about Tank Davis. He's all this negative stuff about black fighters and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
from my perspective, as an American boxing fan, my perspective, I can't really like Turki Alalshikh. I can't be talking about, oh, he's giving us great fights. What fights is he giving us? The best fights that he's given us are two European guys, 2 times, 3 times, right? So Callum Smith and Buatsi, that was the best fight on the card. The top billing was 2 European guys, 2 Russian guys who were sharing the division for 7 years, right? And then you have the 2 heavyweights who are European. Dubois says he wants to get a shot at the undisputed, so he's a European. You know what I mean? And as far as the heavyweight, okay, those guys are all the best. They're actually the best fighters. You know what I'm saying? And light heavyweights are also the best fighters. But it's like I don't care though. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm talking in circles. I'm kind of
I get it, because they keep like the best fights for who though? That's what I'm saying, and that's what they're not recognizing what's going on. It's like, oh, you put on the best fights, like you don't even know who Callium Liam Smith is.
Yeah, it's like so there's certain divisions that like sometimes they'll have talent, but sometimes they won't have talent. You get what I'm saying? When they don't have talent in a division, nobody cares, right? So when Rigondeaux was at 22 fighting Donaire, people cared. But if it's not Rigondeaux fighting at 22, people don't care. You get what I'm saying? But what he's trying to do is he's trying to make you care about stuff that you wouldn't otherwise care about. Like you wouldn't care about some of these fighters. You wouldn't care about any of these British fighters, or you wouldn't care about Inoue. You like, I don't know. That's all I got. Well, it's for me. I don't like it because it like several other guests said, it doesn't speak to me. I'm an American. I want to see Americans fight. I don't want to see you make British fighters or all these foreign fighters seem like they're the toughest guys in the world. When I know that all of these guys are on steroids, you won't allow American fighters to use steroids. You know what I'm saying? This is
you think that's what's going on over there? Because you know what they tell me when I bring it up, like, hey, no African American fighters have won in Saudi. Well, of course, Shakur just won in Saudi, but apparently he's Puerto Rican. But anyway, and they say, oh, well, that's because the black fighters aren't that good anymore. That's because the black fighters aren't being protected by their promoters. Turkey's actually putting them in 50-50 fights. This is what they tell me when I try to bring up that point. And BA Money Group, I don't do the race thing often, but I do get it and I understand where you're coming from. But I think it's something that should be paid attention to.
Yeah. I mean, but when you say that they're putting them in 50-50 fights, what American get put in a 50-50 fight?
I don't know. That's what they saying. That's what they telling me. I don't know why they think it's a 50-50 fight, but that's what they saying.
Yeah, so my overall opinion is boxing is just not going to be that great because the talent in boxing is just not there. And a lot of what you would consider big fights is just hype. It's just Turki Alalshikh hype. It's not. It's not good.
Do you think it's like just a gap and then it's going to be talent come up?
No, because the talent has to come from America. That's the bulk of the talent. It has to be America. Like, you know how basketball is, right? So they have like peptides and stuff like that. So now Europeans, they're a little bit more quicker, a little bit more mobile than what they used to be, right? If you've been around for a while, you knew what the stereotype about white dudes in basketball was. Like, they're not quick.
Right. They can't jump.
Really play. Yeah, they can't jump. They're not athletic. So now you have stuff that can make them do some of the stuff. But it's still they're not. It's not like they're Olajuwon all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? So boxing is the same way. Like the performance enhancing drugs makes them better. It makes them more athletic and stuff. But they're still not the same. And they're still not the same as an African American athlete. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to watch exciting boxing, you want to watch a guy like Floyd Mayweather, a guy like Zab Judah. You want to watch guys that have that ability, and you can't consistently get that from foreign sources enough to prop boxing up. It has to be in America. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you think? You think it's something to what Tevin Farmer said about Zepeda and the drug testing out there?
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah.
And I already know how you feel about them
I would
Zepeda
say,
and the Mexicans cheating.
yeah, I would say that Tevin Farmer was probably on something too, because how do you just get power out of nowhere? He's beating the hell out of guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he been dropping folks.
Yeah, but like I said, like listen, if it wasn't for performance enhancing drugs, this sport will look like the NBA. You get what I'm saying? Like I said before, if you want to see two clean fighters fight, and a American fighter versus a European fighter, watch the 1968 gold medal match. It's a 19-year-old heavyweight, right, beating the hell out of a 29-year-old European champion. He's beating his ass. His face is bloody. Watch how this guy moves. Watch how this guy's body is built. That's a natural athlete that you're looking at, and he's just not on the level physically of these guys. Another example I can give you is FIBA U16 and also U17, right? So the narrative online and internationally is American basketball is going downhill and the Europeans have caught up, right? So when you watch the FIBA U16 American team, they win every game by in between 50 and 70 points. So when you say the European or international basketball is caught up, what you're really talking about is the sports science. That's what you're really talking about, because when these guys are growing up, they're nowhere near. It's when you watch the American kid compete against whoever. It can be South American, it can be European, it can be whoever. It's a stark difference in the physical capabilities of the two. You get what I'm saying? Now, over the course of those years from 16 to 19, that bridges, but the bridge is sports science. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I keep telling people like the most important thing in boxing is performance enhancing drugs. And I think Greg, he was up here, he said it don't give you skills. It does give you skills. It gives you everything performance enhancing drugs gives you everything but height and reach. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I don't know. That's all I got though.
I know that's your spiel right there. That's your topic right there. So I want to give you opportunity to close this out, especially since we're talking about this overseas thing, and you were saying, you know, how he's just really putting on for UK fighters for real.
Yeah, like the VADA testing makes it hard for people to gamble, right? Because you don't know, like, so let's say there was no such thing as VADA, right? Guys would be using steroids, right? And you would know who's using steroids, and you'd be able to bet off of that, right? Or like if they want to get additional drug testing, then they will go with a drug testing agency like USADA, which you know people are saying that they help Floyd, but okay, let's say they help Floyd, but they don't help nobody else though. So that's their actual legit drug testing agency that you have to be clean when you're fighting. You know what I'm saying? So you can bet like, okay, this guy has skills. This guy, he needs a knockout to win, and you could just, you know what I'm saying? You can just make money like that. But that doesn't happen. You know, now what you're getting is guys like Bakram, who he's got a ton of knockouts. He's got a decent amount of knockouts, but you put him in a fight. You put him in a fight with one of the elites, and he beats the hell out of this guy. He beats this guy half to death. You starting to see this, you know what I'm saying? Like we've talked about this before, like when Stephen Fulton went over there to fight Monster, all of a sudden he doesn't have any punch resistance. Monster turns into Deontay Wilder. He had like a 3 or 4 fight like streak where he was hitting guys, and guys were like just running from him in the ring. Like you could tell that you're like greatly affected by every punch. You get what I'm saying? And this is this guy's 4th weight class. His 4th weight class, and now all of a sudden he just wakes up and is like, hey, you know, I want to be Deontay Wilder at bantamweight. You get what I'm saying? So all of this, when people talk about boxing and they don't understand like this part of it, then it counterfeits everything that they think and say. It counterfeits all of it because this is the only thing that really matters. You know, if they're gonna let you take these crazy performance enhancing drugs and be like some crazy knockout puncher and shit like that, like you're not skill's not finna save you. You know what I'm saying? And that topic, it bridges the gap between the non-African American athlete and the African American athlete. All right, so that's my
That's your final 2 cents. All right, shout out VA Money Group. Thank you for coming up, VA Money Group. I always enjoy having you on the panel. Listen, I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight on 2 Cents Boxing Live. Had a good time. I don't know when I'll do this again, but I will do it again. Y'all join me again Friday at 6:30, where we get to talking about the fight. We didn't even get to talk about Tank today, barely, but we could talk about him on Friday. I really want to talk about the Shakur thing and the fights and the Tank fights and all of that that's going on. Shout out to everybody that joined me on the panel today. Shout out to everybody that left a super chat or sent a cash app. Shout out to everybody that punched that like button and clicked that link. And listen, if you don't want your host all in the video, cussing you out, timing you out the chat, keeping you in the background, kicking you off the panel, come on over to 2 Cent Boxing Live, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.